trial shit.
If you're ready, we'll maneuver. Reaching out.
There is no place and no moment in history where I could stand and say, old British begins here, now.
flowers that bloom in the darkness. It's a sighting that is rare to come across. Nobody seems to have noticed that the power that could be bestowed is lost, riding through the twilight. This armory protects my heart. There's a voice that is calling. It's calling for me to go beyond where I've always been longing. I'm longing to find where I belong. Soon this fight will come to an end. The Valkyrie chose to.
Welcome everyone who's tuning into our stream. I'm Padilla, as always, alongside Empty. How are you doing, Empty?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty great. I'm glad to be streaming once again. It's been a while since our last Dota 2 stream, but I'm happy that we're back again. For those who are just tuning in, we're going to be casting the 2015 Reddit Dota 2 League. I believe this is week either 5 or 7. I'm not sure where they're at.
That's a pretty big difference.
It's something, but
we've not been on the ball, but we're getting back on the horse here with this game. Our best of 2 between Insanity Wolves and D.A.N.K. D.A.N.K.
yeah, I'm just going to call them D.A.N.K. because they named D.A.N.K. Anyways, we're going to get right into the ban pick phase. So, of course, this is not professional level Dota. These guys aren't paid to do any of this. So, most of our predictions or whatnot are going to be based on pub-based games. And also, of course, people are always going to take from professionals, so there will be a little bit of professional influence in here. But we'll have to see. We don't really know what these players are known for. We'll see what these teams are known for. However, so the first 4 bands coming out: Queen of Pain, Leshrac, Undying, and Clockwork. Pretty basic bands. However, Tusk was able to sneak through that ban phase. Usually he's banned out, but right now he's at 100% pick ban, I believe.
Yeah, it's a really scary hero to find in your pubs, especially with ice or the snowball and what he can basically combo it with. Clockwork has gone down in the meta recently. He's not been as popular. Tusk has really been taking the off lane more than Clockwork has, and very rightfully, as his such in a buff position. But then Earthshaker and Witch Doctor, I'd say they're good counters. A lot of stuns. Tusk's mobility is something that really is something a lot more powerful. I mean, of course, Snowball helps him get over long distances, but with the Ice Sigil, he can really move faster than a lot of heroes once he slows them. Good choices, good counters out from Insane Wolves.
Definitely. I really like the Earthshaker pick. As soon as Tusk is out of the snowball, Earthshaker has that range stun that's almost immediate. So it's able to stop Tusk from, being able to pull off his entire combo. D.A.N.K is going to be going on for their next pick. So where do you think this Tusk is going to be put? Is it going to be put in the off lane? Is it going to be put as support? Or is it going to be solely roaming? What do you think?
I believe it'll be an offlane roamer. I mean, that's a very common pub thing to do. To be solely roaming, I think, is a waste of his potential as a very durable hero. He can really get some health if he has some farm. So if they choose to wait, it depends how they what they want to get out of Tusk. If they want more of a tanky late game initiator, they'll put him in a lane. But if they want somebody early game who can really push their advantage uh, in fights early on, they'll put him as roaming. But I don't think they'll do that. We see the
Definitely.
Shadow Fiend, Storm Spirit, and Bloodseeker bans. Those are all terrifying, terrifying mid heroes. They
Bloodseeker,
really,
yeah.
they really, it's what is that? Almost 5 mid heroes banned. Not a lot of carries banned. Not a lot of supports banned. Even though there's quite a few supports that deserve a ban. Winter Wyvern and Dazzle both come to mind.
Definitely. I kind of like the Venge pick. She's very very good against Witch Doctor. D.A.N.K clearly wanting the mid lane to themselves. They've already banned out 4 mid lane heroes, while IW banned out 2 themselves. So it's going to be a very very low tier mid phase. Not to say the heroes themselves are low tier, but their popularity. It's going to be
Right.
very low popularity mid game. Spearbreaker going to be the next ban out. Very, very good against Tusk. Since Tusk roams so much, Spearbreaker can respond instantaneously. And Spearbreaker is also really good against Witch Doctor with his range stuns. So it's up to IW now to pick their next hero. They already have both of their supports picked, so that means the next 3 picks are probably going to be their cores, unless they decide to run the Earthshaker off lane. Then they may pick one more support, but
10 seconds.
Besides
I
that-
don't like seeing Earthshaker offlane because when it comes to
Dire team pick.
very early game and even into the mid game, he becomes a very easy kill for maybe a Tusk and Vengeful Spirit combination because he may have that stun, but once he uses his Totem Slam and Earth and Fissure, he's basically useless. He can't get away, doesn't have enough health. He has very low health for a strength hero comparatively to like someone like Tusk. So it's not really the best choice when you have such gap closers like Vengeful Spirit and Tusk. So I don't think it will be the best move to put him on an offlane. The Wind Ranger choice was interesting. Uh, she can get away from maybe Tusk's crits with Wind Run, but I'm not really sure how effective it will be against this lineup. She is quite squishy, and Vengeful Spirit once again, and Tusk, even Phoenix can close the gaps and slow her enough for the rest of the team to speed up. I think the Tusk and Phoenix combination with the Fire Spirits and Ice Sigil will be terrifying for them if they get in a position where they would need to back up from a bad position. So good picks out from D.A.N.K. I can already see their strategy
10
coming
seconds
together.
remaining.
A lot of gap closing, a lot of slows, and even
5
disables, a lot of
seconds
slows.
remaining.
where do you think they're going to place this Wind Ranger? Are they going to go with the old Wind Ranger mid, or are they going to
Reserve
place her in
time.
off lane?
I'd have to see their next pick. Either it seems will be effective. We have an Ursa
An Ursa
carry.
pick, yeah.
Maybe even jungle. Uh, at this point, it seems like she'll be mid. Once again, she has the same issues as Earthshaker early on. She does have Wind Run, so she could get away quite easily, but it being leveled at level 1 is just a waste of a skill point at level 1. So probably mid will be the best case scenario for their
10
team right now.
seconds remaining.
All right, we will have to see. D.A.N.K City still needing to pick their mid laner, unless they want to run any of these heroes mid, which I highly doubt. They're going into a little bit of reserve time, so Ursa going to be their the hard carry for IW. Do you think they're going to run him in the jungle, or do you think they'll run him safe lane?
I think he's a pretty good counter against Tusk. He can use his ultimate to get away from some of the damage, especially maybe from
Radiant
Brewmaster's
team battle.
barrel slam, I believe. I don't think they should put him in the safe lane. He isn't the best hard carry, but if worse comes to worse, I'm sure Ursa can manage. And I think
10
they're trying
seconds
to
remaining.
save some of that ultimate to get them through the
5
fights, which
seconds remaining.
honestly it looks like a terrible amount of damage early on. And if they get through all their
Reserve
spells
time.
somehow, I'm sure they could manage to take them down. But looking at Phoenix, looking at Brewmaster, looking at Tusk, and even Vengeful Spirit, this is going to be a nightmare to finish off. The swaps, the Primal Spirits, the Supernova, the Snowball. I'm Insane Wolves is gonna have quite a time.
Especially the Witch Doctor. I don't see how Witch Doctor's gonna be able to get off a full ult. I mean, Tusk able to get invulnerability on the way to his stun. Vengeful Spirit able to get free swaps. Phoenix not affected by Netherward while ulted, and Brewmaster has that range stun when he does ult himself. So Witch Doctor's not gonna have a very fun time. It's gonna be up to Earthshaker to maybe get some extra stun in there to make up for the Witch Doctor. I do see why they picked the Ursa, to counter the Phoenix having a lot of burst attack speed to bring down that supernova, but I don't even know if he's gonna be able to get to it, is the thing. With Venge, Tusk, and Brewmaster there, I doubt he'll even be able to get off every auto attack he needs.
That was my thought. He's probably gonna have to rush some sort of BKB to be able to get through Magic Missile and Fire Spirits. And actually, I believe Fire Spirits are physical. Scratch that. So he can't really get away from that slow, which is quite crippling if he lands more than 2 on you.
Oh yeah, then his auto attacks aren't going to
Yeah.
take you down. Juggernaut and Magnus are going to be the next 2 picks. D.A.N.K City banning out Magnus to remove any sort of wombo combo that they wanted to pull off, while Insane Wolves are going to be banning out Juggernaut since D.A.N.K have not chose their hard carry yet. It's up to Insane Wolves though to pick their last hero.
Even if they did pick Magnus, it's once again Supernova, Snowball, Primal Spirits. It's just there's too much. There's too much escape from the view of it right now. They might be able to clinch a victory from pure skill and maybe even luck, but right now, as the drafts, I would give the draft right now to D.A.N.K City without even seeing their 5th pick.
We will have to see indeed. Centaur Warner going to be the final pick for Insane Wolves, so it looks like it is going to be Wind Ranger mid probably.
Right.
Ursa safe lane, Witch Doctor Earthshaker supporting him, and Centaur are going to be taking on the off lane. It's up to D.A.N.K City now to choose their hard carry, who's going to be able to farm up the items needed to carry them through this game, which according to you, they don't even need a hard carry to carry them through this game.
I wouldn't say they don't need one. I mean, it's good composition, but as it is now, team fights look easily tilted in favor of D.A.N.K City, especially with the Insane Wolves team and the reliance on maybe Witch Doctor and Earthshaker to get there and do what they need to do, but the amount of defense that they have, and Spectre, a great choice. She can just if she is caught in the jungle or the safe lane, she can just ult and teleport to the other side of the map to someone that's a lot less dangerous comparatively. So it's a very good choice out from D.A.N.K City. It's going to be a tough game for Insane Wolves, and I'm rooting for them. I mean, it'll be a lot more interesting than watching a snowball or maybe a swap, but we'll have to see. Maybe they're very confident in their individual heroes. We'll have to. I'm gonna stop predicting their loss right now because I want to see a good game. I want to see a competitive game, but this is only game 1. Gotta relax right now.
Definitely. I mean, IW do have a pretty strong lineup, a lot of strong heroes, so they have the potential to pull us out. So either side are going to have to pull out a lot of major skill. We see a huge team fight oriented lineup on both sides. Like there's no split push, there's no late game farm to victory time kind of thing. It's all based on the team fight. So let's go over the lineups. Over on D.A.N.K, we see Analyst going to be playing the Vengeful Spirits. D.A.N.K, like no other, going to be on the Tusk. Aaron going to be taking on the hard carry Spectre in the safe lane. Mid lane we see Game is Hard, or Aherd. Going to be playing the not Bristleback, the Brewmaster. While in the off lane is going to be Chosen Llama on the Phoenix.
And on the Radiant side, we have Shushker on the Wind Ranger mid. Centaur Warrunner being played by Dapper Dower Egberts, I believe. Paranoid on the Witch Doctor, Bang Bros on the Ursa, and Spark playing Earthshaker all on safe lane.
Definitely. So we see IW going to be stacking the bottom rune. It looks like they want to give Ursa this rune. There's not going to be much competition from D.A.N.K as far as this rune because they have control of the top rune. I don't know if they're going to give it to Aaron or Game is Hard. It looks like it'll go to Game is Hard. So in fact, where's IW running this? Okay. No, yeah, exactly like we predicted. They're going to be running the tri lane with Witch Doctor and Earthshaker. So no off lane. Centaur War Runner. Not able to put down his ward, however. He does have one. He wasn't able to block the camp, which looks like that's what he wanted to do with it, unless he just wants to ward his own jungle. Missed the block a little bit there. Mid lane, how do you think this mid lane is going to go? It's a Wind Ranger versus a Brewmaster. Brewmaster does have that natural dodge, but Wind Ranger does have a lot of early attack damage. So how do you think this is going to go?
She needs to use her ability, or Wind Ranger needs to use her ability to do damage from far away with Power Shot, and the ability to get away with Wind Run to actually just get Gamus hard out of the game, out of the lane. And if she gets close and allows him to use Primal Split at a point where it's critical and dies in one of those points that it tilts the mid lane in one of the other's favor, she's gonna lose. But right now her advantage is her range that she has and the ability to get away very easily from the physical attacks of Brewmaster. So she'll have to push her advantage very early, and it'll be a tough fight, I think, for Gamus Heart if she does do that.
Definitely. We see all three lanes, quite a bit of harass coming out. I mean, Tusk sitting at 200 health himself, while in the bot lane, they're now healed up, but before Phoenix and the Witch Doctor were both pretty low health. Phoenix putting down a lot of harass with the Fire Spirits. Bang Bros being a melee hero, you know, he doesn't have a very fun time with Fire Spirits. Gonna be a little bit of a pull going on here, so Spark can get some XP and gold for himself. Over in the top lane, not much going on. Still Tusk sitting at around 50% health, and Centaur sitting at level 2. So he's a couple creeps ahead in XP than the rest of the team, but it looks like Vengeance wants to get this pull off, so Aaron can start getting ahead in farm. Pull up the net worth chart here. Brewmaster sitting at the highest net worth on the map right now. He already has that bottle complete, 2 minutes. While as the Wind Ranger, looks like either she's not opting for bottle or she's not even close yet.
He does have quite a bit of escape once he has level 6, but he has to be quite careful. Like no other, already has shards, already has snowball, along with the magic missile on Analeth. So he's playing pretty aggressive here, going into the jungle. They're probably not going to go in on him until Spectre has quite a bit more last hits. But I'd say he's in danger at any point right now to really be first blood for the D.A.N.K team.
Looks like there's gonna be a cask thrown out in the bot lane, as well as the Maledict, dealing a little bit of damage, not too much though. So looks like Phoenix will be able to get out of this pretty easily. Down the bot lane, Dapper or Dow Eberts, whatever. I'm gonna call him Dapper since it's easier. He's locked out of XP right now. He is not in the EXP range, as Tusk and Vengeful their presence is terrifying. Their stuns are so reliable and so long for early levels. You know, there's not much that Centaur can do. He's actually equal level, not equal XP, but equal level with the supports right now.
Once again, he knows he has to be careful, because it's just there's so much disable on this lane right now, and Spectre does do quite a bit of damage when he is alone, which he could be in the jungle right now. He's not near any creeps, so it's gonna be a tough split for him. Does he want farm, or does he want to stay alive and practically be useful in the late game? And what's the better choice?
I mean, according to him, he believes that he needs to stay alive as long as he possibly can. If he feeds that tri-lane a kill, you know, they succeed. There is going to be the Fissure and the Maledict, as well as a little bit of a cast going out onto Phoenix. Phoenix does use the Tango, and I don't believe Maledict has enough damage quite yet. It was well played by Spark and by Paranoid, but not quite enough damage here yet.
Phoenix is already level 4, so it's a pretty quick level up. He'll have Supernova before long, and it's going to be a lot harder to kill him at that point. That's his power as an offlaner. He can really play a bit more aggressive. He can play from a long distance with Fire Spirits and Icarus Dive, and then if he does get into trouble, Supernova is very, very powerful early game. A lot of heroes don't even have the speed to kill it easily unless you're Ursa. So he's really using his advantages as that hero. See a slow
No
coming
doubt.
out from Bang Bros and the fissure on Chosen Lump, but the Icarus dive gets him away just in time.
That dive is really, really good for an
It
offlane,
is,
you know,
it
that
is,
quick
it is.
escapes.
We see Tusk and Vengeful here, smoked up, maybe trying to get something done. They do have all their disables. Yeah, Tusk popped his smoke as well as
Yeah.
Vengeful.
Their smoke is popped, so all three heroes in the bot lane are going to back up. However, they do have Tusk, and Tusk is not known for backing down for a fight. So they might want to try something here. Fire Spirits are popped. They might want to try something. Earthshaker is going to be walking in, and he gets caught out. There's the Ice Shards. He's going to be throwing down a fissure. However, the Snowball is in, and Spark is going to be first blood. Again, Tusk. He does not back down from a fight. If he sees someone that he wants to snowball, he is going to do it, no matter how many heroes there are, no matter how deep it is. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, however, Wind Ranger is going to be popping her ult and the DD to try and get as much damage as she can onto the tower. There's going to be a rotation, however. Chosen Llama trying to move in on Shucker, or Shushker. Yeah, Shushker. Game is hard, kind of pushing the Wind Ranger back a little bit, but not much going to happen there. However, there are 4 heroes in the mid lane right now. They might want to try something. Tusk Snowball is up, as well as the Venge Stun. However, all 4 heroes sitting in the mid lane is going to give Bang Bros and the Centaur Runner, War Runner, enough golden EXP. However, down in the mid lane, Paranoid is going to be stunned out. Paranoid is not able to get off his stun quite yet. He's going to get snowballed, and the arrow is going to be able to finish him off. And same with the Earthshaker. He's going to die as well. Analyth is dropping really, really low himself. However, the Brewmaster ult is popped. Bang Bros is in a ton of trouble. He's dropping really low. His phase boost trying to run away. The stun is coming out. However, there is one rotation by the Witch Doctor. Bang Bros dropping really, really low. The Ice Shards are there. He's still burning thanks to the Brewmaster. However, the casks are there. Chosen Llama is caught out, and it looks like he will drop here for being caught on the wrong side of that fissure. Dapper did rotate as well, trying to get down. Game is hard, however, it looks like he will be able to get away.
Fissure is up, and it does not land. He did not see where he was going.
Does not land. The regeneration is popped, and that is going to be end of that fight. So it's right now the score is 3-1 in favor of D.A.N.K. Right now, Brewmaster has the highest net worth. In terms of total net worth, it's pretty even, a slight advantage for D.A.N.K. But that was definitely a good comeback that IW needed. D.A.N.K taking control of the early game, though.
I wouldn't call that a comeback. they got 1 kill from the 2 deaths that they had, and I believe Wind Ranger, she did not die, so I guess that's a good. They did not lose their mid laner; those just supports, I believe. So in that sense, it was all right. But once again, we can see D.A.N.K's very early game advantage being played in the right way as they should. I believe that was a correct decision to smoke and gank bot lane and then mid.
Analyth is caught out.
Maledict and Bongo's going down on Vengeful, but we have the Haste Brewmaster coming in. On the 2 supports are so slow. Witch Doctor is separated from Earthshaker. He's taking so much damage. Gets a few more auto attacks, and he tries to get denied by the creeps. The attack game is hard instead, and he goes down to Brewmaster quite easily.
Pretty close, but he cannot run away from a Haste Brewmaster.
It's terrifying. His waddle is so fast. You do not want to see that coming towards you. And we also missed that Centaur died top lane to a very close to death Spectre. I believe Tusk had something to do with it.
He's still
There's
sitting
no way
really,
he
really
can-
low in lane, and there's going to be 2 rotations by the Centaur and the Witch Doctor. They might want to try and capitalize on this low health
Stampede
Spectre,
is up.
but
Stampede is up, but it seems like she will pick up phase boots and an urn.
nothing much yet. Centaur does have the completed Tranquils, and it looks like he will either go for the Blink Dagger rushed or for a Blade Mail. We'll have to see.
We do have dewarding ball lane by Analyth. She is missing from lane, so but it's a worthy trade. See pings coming out, I believe, from the Radiant side. The colors are very similar.
We see Bang Bros, however, does have the Ring of Regen, so it's either he wants to heal some of the Fire Spirits up, or he's going to be, in fact, going for that early Vladimir's. Not even getting the Morbid Mask first. What do you think about that? Do you think he should have went Morbid Mask first, or do you think the Ring of Regen will suffice until he does?
He does not have enough space to basically auto-attack heroes to get enough health. So, in a way, we got a Stampede coming out, Brewmaster Analyst.
It looks like they are going to be able to go into Aaron on the top lane. The Spectre does drop. However, Spark is in the middle of two heroes. Analyth and Chosen Llama are going to be able to catch him out. The stun is out for Vengeful Spirit. However, the Fissure is there as well. He's not quite dead, but it looks like the Fire Spirit's going to be able to clean him up. They are pinging out that Paranoid is caught out. Poor Paranoid. Sitting behind tower, and now they do. He's going to throw out the cast. The cast bounces a couple times, but he is one dead hero. So that is a double kill for Game is Hard, because Game is Hard was also able to pick up the Ursa in the jungle. So it is now 8-3 in favor of D.A.N.K. Taking a look at the net worth lead is 250, only 250 in favor of D.A.N.K, but it's on a steady slope downward. So IW need to get a good team fight here or something.
They'll basically have to. I mean, they did get that tower, so I guess it was alright. They did lose 2 supports and a carry, but I feel like the support kills are balanced by the tower death. It's not lost yet. They do have the capability to get farmed and to win team fights with Earthshaker and Witch Doctor. They do have massive fight capability, as well as Shackleshy can really change some pickoffs that they can do. But right now it's 4v2, 4v3 down here at this bot lane. Another kill could happen. Tusk is waiting around those trees trying to pick off somebody. It's gonna be hard to not get picked off. All of them in between them have all less than 1,000 health except Windranger. She has 1,015.
One thing that D.A.N.K does have is this ward right here.
And Supernova going in. Paranoid and Windranger are all caught out. So is Spark.
Spark is going to be caught. And that is going to be 2 kills. However, the Brewmaster ult is going to be coming down. Shushker is dropping really low. There's the stun, and she is out of Windrun. So that is going to be a double kill for Analyst, and 1 kill picked up.
That's a triple kill for D.A.N.K. Good plays. Exactly what they need to do right now. It's 12 minutes. They have about 8 more minutes where they can easily pick up these double and triple kills. So they'll need to play this advantage if they want to make this a quick and easy game. If they extend it any longer, Ursa can get scary, Centaur can get really tanky, and in this game it won't be a loss for them if they let it go to late game, but it will definitely be a lot longer. So the game is still in their favor, but depending on how long they want to play is how much they'll push right now.
How do you feel about the Ursa probably going into a Shadow Blade? However, he is going to jump in on the Spectre. The cask is being thrown out. However, there's already 2 rotations in. Aaron is caught out by the Shackle Shot. The rotations are not in time, so that's going to be an easy pickup for Ursa. So anyways, what do you think about the Ursa possible Shadow Blade pickup?
I can see his logic. As somebody who carries, like you try to farm, you can't get a lot of farm. He has 69 last hits. It's almost 39 minutes. It's not the best for Ursa, especially for someone who needs so many items to be effective. A Shadow Blade is something you can use to get a gank in, to get away, to survive for the next fight. And Vladimir's would be good if they had the advantage. It's something that gets him ahead, that gets him Roshan. But right now, what he needs is to be able to survive long enough to get to that point. And Shadow Blade is a utility to do that. It might not be the best pick as for 2,800 gold, but it definitely will get him through these next few minutes enough to where he can build a Morbid Mask and maybe even pick up Roshan at some point.
A little bit of D-warding going on in favor of IW. They realize that they do not have much vision on the map right now. They have, well, 2 wards. And I'm sorry, D.A.N.K's vision right here, that's what was able to get them that team fight. If not, all of their team fights out of the bot lane. That was what was able to secure them. There's the Fissure out. Game is Hard going to be dropping a little low, so they're going to be backing up from the mid tower. Quite a bit of damage going out on it, however.
Right. They're pushing those lanes, they're pushing the heroes, they're pushing everything, they're pushing their advantage. And once again, we have the completed Shadow Blade on Ursa. I can expect them in the next 2 minutes to try to use that to his advantage, but right now he is just pushing bot lane, once again farming up We have the Fortify
Dire's
out
bottom
from
tower
Radiant.
is under
It's only going to
attack.
keep him away for a little while.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
One thing worth noting is that the Brewmaster does have the Blink Dagger complete, as well as a ton of items in stash. So I'll have to see what he wants to do with
Radiant's
that.
top tower is under attack.
Seems like it's maybe a pipe.
Dire's bottom tower is
Maybe.
under attack.
And Centaur was just denied by something. I'm not sure what. It seems like a camp of some sort. Did
Guess
not
he's looking
notice
for
that.
a quick free TP, I guess.
Right.
The Fissure is going to be coming out. However, the dive is there as well as the Primal Split. Chosen Llama dropping really low himself. However, Aaron is going to TP in with the Haunt. Spark dropping pretty low. There's a Shackle Shot. Does not chain onto anything. The Cask is out. However, Paranoid is going to get stunned out by the Brewmaster. A couple more auto attacks is going to be able to finish him off. That's going to be it for Paranoid.
Is under attack. Dire's top
Not
So-
the best rotation. Witch Doctor needs to stay way back in order to even get Death Ward out. It does have quite a long range, so he doesn't need to be right next to it to be able to do what he needs to. We have the emergency supernova coming out. No pings, no response, no one's there. The rest of the team is not even nearby, but the Icarus dive gets him out really quickly. They probably could have picked up a Phoenix there, but nobody responded. Windranger did even have Focus Fire up. They really could have taken down that supernova. A missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. 14 to 13, the net worth. Brewmaster is on top with Ursa and Windranger trailing nearby. If we look at the last hits, Ursa leading, but not by much. Oh, twice as much as Spectre, but I think Spectre's skills really weigh that out. He's really trying to farm up and get to where he needs to. So we can see already as the Morbid Mask going for that Vlad's. He's gonna stay out until he has it. Maybe he is gonna try to just use the Shadow Blade exclusively for escapes on his lane, but right now he is a pretty safe lane. Pretty safe lane until they try to teleport bottom. We have pings coming out from the Radiant side. They are kind of gathering top lane. Feel that they're gonna push it right now. There are 3 heroes up top and 2 heroes mid, so they feel safe enough from a Brewmaster gank. We have the blink from Dapper going in and stunning Aaron. He tries to escape with the dagger, but he cannot. We have the Stampede trying to get away from Like No Other, and the Death Ward goes down. Like No Other taking so much damage, and he falls to the
Perfect Death Ward. Perfect Death Ward. Very well timed. However, Brewmaster is coming in behind with double damage. There are 4 heroes, and he's going to blink in on him. There's 1 kill, and there's a split. Paranoid already dropping really low himself. That's going to be easy kill. There's a wind run away. Spark does have the Fissure available.
Dire's
So,
bottom tower.
actually equalizing it out just by a 1 Brewmaster rotation.
Radiant's top
So
They-
D.A.N.K staying in the lead.
They did take bot tower as well.
This Ursa has been doing a lot of really successful split pushes. There was 1 top while the fight was going on mid, and now with his fight mid, he's gonna go and split push bot. Now he's gonna go for Roche.
There are no wards here. They did not see that Shadow Blade. They did have wards, but I feel like he waited just until they expired, or they made sure that they cleared them. They did take top tower, but that means almost most of the heroes are up there. We do have pings coming out. I'm not sure if that's from
Roshan
They were able to see
Dire
the courier.
Strike, but
Yeah.
it's too late. That is a Roshan for that is for Ursa. And if we take a look at the net worth, it really boosted some heroes up. Still, Brewmaster is on top. He is quite scary right now. We see the Tusk Ward really scouting out what's going on. They might be converging in on him. Spectre does have Haunt, so if we see an Icarus dive with the split, or the switch, excuse me, we can see the Haunt going in right away. The ult, or the
Shadow Blade.
with Fury swipes, and he takes down Tusk so quickly. He does get off of dust, so he can't escape again like that so easily. But I feel like after that display, they're not even going to want to get close to him.
So what do you think about this Spectre? The Spectre seems to be pretty behind in farm, especially behind the Ursa. Ursa's already at 120 plus last hits. Meanwhile, the Spectre only has completed Urn at 19 minutes. What do you think is going through Aaron's mind? Is he going to rush for the Radiance, or is he saving up for something else?
That's something you sacrifice in a gank-oriented lineup. You have to get time away from the lane, and that's... Bang Bros did not do any of that, so we can only expect that her farm to be less. She only has 1 kill, or she has 2 kills, excuse me, and 3 deaths, 7 assists. So it's a little bit missing there. It's misleading. She does have a bit more gold than it looks, but she's gonna have to farm the jungle. I don't know if Radiance is the best option. The 17% mischance might be helpful against Wind Ranger or Ursa, but I feel like getting health and getting a bit more sustain would be a lot more useful right now until the massive damage that they have from the Radiant side. Radiance would do a lot of damage, of course, to the supports, but once Centaur and Ursa start getting a lot of health, it's gonna be tough for the Radiance to actually show its capability unless Spectre decides to go into a more pushing oriented build, which is basically what Ursa has been doing for a while until he's getting farmed, so it might be a solution right now. It's a choice to whether they want to continue ganking or do they want to lengthen the game like we said.
We do see that the Aghanims is now complete on the Wind Ranger. It is on the Courier, and she's going to be having that available to her now. Bang Bros is going to be rotating towards the top lane. However, Aaron is going to back out. He knows something is up thanks to this mid lane ward.
Alright, they did not have a blue ward there, but his invisibility ran just before he got there. They do have blues around the jungle now too, so Ursa's going to have a hard time. We get the Echo Slam from Spark, but it's not enough. He doesn't even get Fissure off. The Shackle Shot is just too little too late, and he goes down an easy kill, making it 17-16 in favor of D.A.N.K. It's once again we can see how the supports just have a hard time with this lineup. There's so much disable, so much chase, so much damage coming out. They have so much possibilities they can do with Witch Doctor and Earthshaker, like we said.
However,
But,
there's a smoke rotation in the top jungle by Dapper and Paranoid.
Radiant's middle
If they
tower is
just
under
can't
attack.
survive, what's the point of even having a support?
Yeah.
They're just basically food for the other team.
And poor Paranoid has been forced
Dire's
to
bottom tower is
buy
under
all the
attack.
support items, so he has absolutely nothing right now. However, Brewmaster tries to get a blink off, and Paranoid is probably going to die. He's able to get the Congos off, as well as a quick little Maledict. However, it is nothing. He went the wrong way.
Did not have a teleport, so he didn't have a lot of choice. What
Well, I
can he
mean,
do?
I mean, at least he could have gone
Big
around
Bros
this
coming
way.
in, and 3 teleports simultaneously as the Supernova goes down, but he finishes Fury Swipes. He won't be able to do it until the Snowball is there, and Supernova.
He's able to get the kill though. One last auto attack.
He does have Roshan with Walrus Punch. He does have the Shadow Blade, but the dust goes down. He's trying to run away as fast as he can. There's so much damage on him, and the
A quick little Ice Shards is going to be able to finish him off along with the Brewmaster.
oh my god, what a disgusting lineup. I'm sorry.
It was really close.
Dirty Tusk Pickers, I swear. It's gonna be a tough game for Ursa. Even now, maybe tier 3s are easy, or tier 1 towers are easy to take. He can run away quite quickly, but when you're in that deep and you even try to go against Phoenix that you know has a second life, ready to use itself to stall basically for that rotation, it's gonna be a tough time even split pushing, especially for Wind Ranger that doesn't have that kind of damage reduction as Ursa has in his ult. Maybe split pushing is not even the best option, but maybe that's the only option right now. They really can't fight them. Witch Doctor and Earthshaker are taken down so quickly. Wind Ranger doesn't have enough damage right now with not enough items. So it's as someone who doesn't really isn't good. I'm 2K. I'm not sure what they can do. Maybe just turtle until this can happen, but maybe it's just too late. The drafts just show itself in the possibility of the meta, what is useful and what isn't.
Definitely. So we do see that the Spectre does have 3700 gold, so like I was saying earlier, he probably will be in fact going for the Sacred Relic, at least that's what I believe.
See a teleport from Brewmaster chasing Ursa. He might get close, but Ursa does not risk it. He's going to farm. This is dangerous. We have a ping coming out. The entire team is converging on this top lane. He does have a teleport, but it's 23 seconds, and the Shadow Blade comes out. No dust yet. It doesn't land on him. It's just the range is too little. But then we have the Stampede by, I believe, a little bit unnecessary, but never safe. never sorry when your carry's safe, I suppose. Once again, we have a 5-man stack, or at least a 4-man stack, or 3 if I could count.
Counting is hard. Math is hard.
Top lane.
Shusker is able to farm the bot lane, however. She's bringing quite a bit of farm herself, not really participating in too many fights besides from an occasional shackle shot and arrow. However, top lane now getting pushed by 3 heroes. Not 3, no, that is 4. Counting is probably the hardest part of Dota. 4 heroes now pushing down the top lane.
We have a great use of the Tusk Ward as a the sigil, I mean, just to check out what's going on. Bangros does take it down, but he does show himself. Game is hard, does have his blink up, but he chooses not to. He doesn't know what's over there. Wind Ranger gets pinged. We have two teleports up from Phoenix. We have the Icarus dive and Fire Spirit, especially when runs away. Should have put that pressure on a bit earlier so they got off that tier 2. That is not a good trade. They did get them away from it, but they still lost that tower.
Sacred Relic now successfully complete on the Spectre. Wow, Tusk still does not have any items for himself. He's got about 1400 gold, but nothing quite to spend on yet. Brewmaster still has the lead in net worth, however, not by much. Ursa's quickly...
My apologies, I believe my caster here has disconnected, or at least I didn't hear the last part which you were saying.
Sorry, yeah, I'm having issues with my microphone. I believe everything is fixed now. So we do see the plate mail now complete on the Tusk. So what do you think he's going to do with the plate mail? Is he going to go for Shiva's or an AC, or is he going to rush that Lotus Orb?
If he's trying to be more useful support, Shiva's obviously would be a great option. And AC, once again, it's a bit more expensive, I'd say, but it could also help Spectre with the attack speed. Either is a good choice. I'd say Shiva's is something a bit more useful, especially against Wind Ranger with her run speed and the possibility of Stampede. We have 2 smokes here meeting up. Brewmaster does find them from one side, the Supernova and the Snowball going in, and the Fidget goes down along with Echo Slam, but it's not enough. Nobody down on the Dire side. Wind Ranger goes down to an auto attack, and Spark is just at the mercy of the team. We see the laser going down and the Ice Shards finishing him off. 4 for none in favor of Dire.
Huge fight. That was pretty crazy. Not a lot of stuff that IW was able to do. They did not think that D.A.N.K would actually come from behind them with that smoke.
Right.
Ursa is going to be able to try to run away with the Shadow Blade. However, he's going to start beating down on the Tusk, and it looks like he's going to be able to do just that. Analyth does not have any vision this time, except they do have a ward down the mid lane. The swap is there as well as the Fire Spirits. He's being slowed immensely. Bang Bros, however, purging it all off and pops the BKB. He has BKB complete. That's not something I saw. He's going to now go on to the Phoenix. Chosen Llama is going to be able to jump away. However, Ursa still continuing the fight. He's still really slow, and there's another Shadow Blade. He's going to continue to fight Chosen Llama, however. He's dropping really low to 200 health. Chosen Game is Hard is going to be continuing to engage, except Doppler there.
Oh, the Fidget just misses. We have the bongos going down on air.
And here comes a
the
big Death Ward.
Perfect Game Ward. Can't stun him, can't do it.
Not enough damage. He's only level 8, so that Death Ward did not do anything. Surprisingly, Bane Bros makes it that the entire fight. That BKB complete. I did not see that, but
that's what we'd call in my house a manly Ursa. He just does not quit.
He has a pair on him.
He does not quit in whatever he's doing. But I think it's a good trade. He did manage to get a little bit off from that terrible exchange they had earlier. But
so what do you think? I mean, this Ursa is now ahead of the net worth, and he's clearly carrying IW through whatever they're doing right now. But do you think he's enough? Do you think just with the Ursa they're gonna be able to fight D.A.N.K 5v5?
No, once again, we need Paranoid and Spark to land their great abilities. We saw Spark miss that Fissure. If he was just a little bit farther, he would have stunned both the Brewmaster and Spectre, and the Death Ward would have done so much more if they stayed there for maybe a second or two longer. So I think that fight hinged on Spark, and he just had the bad luck of being maybe 100 or 50 units behind where he needed to be. But once again, he is the centerpiece, but once again, he needs a table to show him off. He needs like the decorations, and once we saw the stampede, the stomp, all of that played into that basic victory on mid lane. So if he doesn't have that, he's basically useless. And once again, he did basically take out 4 heroes one by one, or 2 heroes one by one.
However, there's a
saw that.
smoke into the Radiant jungle. Brewmaster is going to be the first one to jump in. The Tusk is there with the snowball. However, Shushker is going to get Walrus punched. There's the Supernova. However, the Congos are going to be able to bounce onto Aaron and Analeth, so they're going to be able to slow them down. It looks like there might not be much else. However, the Brewmaster does blink in. Centaur with another blink of his own. Paranoid now being slowed with the Urn. However, a pretty good fissure coming out and able to slow them down. Bang Bros is
Oh, and he
Shadow
just
Bladed.
makes it out with 4 health.
Jeez. However, now Bang Bros going on to the Tusk. Tusk is now dead. Game is hard. Also trying to survive. There's the stun and there's the Blade Mail. However, now BKB popped onto Bang Bros. Dapper dropping really, really low. There's the Brewmaster stun. It looks like Bang Bros wants to continue on to Aaron, and that's going to be it for the Centaur. The Spectre Dagger is going to be able to pick it up. Bang Bros now there as well. Paranoid able to drop the Death Ward. The Death Ward is out as well as the Fissure. Not doing a ton of damage. There's the Brewmaster Tornado, and the Echo Slam is out. However, it doesn't do too much. Aaron is able to drop, however, to the Congos, and that was going to be a 2 for 4, again going in favor of D.A.N.K. So, a very good attempt by the Earthshaker and the Witch Doctor. Like you were saying, they need to land their playmaking abilities in order to turn team fights, but D.A.N.K. still having enough interrupt to stop Witch Doctor from getting a full channel off.
It was unlucky on their end. They went in one by one and they were easily taken down. Witch Doctor, he had the unfortunate case of being Yules by Brewmaster with the Spirit. So if Brewmaster wasn't there, they definitely would have picked up those kills. But once again, Brewmaster is the bane of their existence with all those stuns, with all the damage, and all the disables, and not forgetting about the disables of Tusk and Vengeful. We can see how their lineup really does well. And once again, I think the Earthshaker just has to take more care when he echoes, when he fissures, because he did echo, I believe, when they had pipe up. So he did do a lot less damage than he should have because of pipe. You can't really get away from it, but you really do have to time it a bit better if you want to be more effective. We have pings coming out on Paranoid. Analyth and Game is hard right there. We have this switch right away. A great bomb goes, the ward going down, Analyth going down as well. We have the split from Game is hard. Bang Bros taking so much damage. Paranoid already down. D.A.N.K. Aaron going in on Dapper. He does have the Blade Mail out, and Bang Bros is trying to do as much damage as he can with his BKB, but he falls to Brewmaster and Tusk, and Aaron taking down the Wind Ranger as well. Very split fight.
What we did miss was Aaron, in fact, getting the triple kill. Taking a look at the fight recap, that is 1,800 gold going in favor of D.A.N.K, as well as a 5,000 XP change. And it looks like they were going for Roche now. So it was, again, a very, very well-placed Congos and Death Ward by the Witch Doctor. However, like no other, was able to get off his ult in time to disrupt anything else that they wanted to do with that. Also, Ursa dropping really, really low. He did try to 3v1, and he did it very well while he could, but it was just not enough. He didn't have any of his other teammates there, as they were all preoccupied with Aaron. So it was going to be a Roche for them now. So how do you feel about that Radiance pick? Do you think it's actually paid off, or do you think he could have gone a better item?
Honestly, I don't think it's really paid off. Maybe it's taking down the sports a little bit, and a 17% miss chance is good, I suppose, in a very hit-oriented lineup. But something like something that does a bit more damage, something that gets him farther. He already is building Yasha, but I would have maybe gone Yasha first, just to be able to pick up those kills more easily, chase down those supports that obviously just get destroyed by his damage when they're alone. I don't think he needed the Radiance. I mean, it's a good choice now because the pushes will be a lot easier. But Radiance is fine. It really doesn't matter at this point. They have so much damage coming out from Brewmaster, so much disables coming up from the rest of the supports. It's kind of it doesn't really matter. They really have the game clinched in their heroes themselves and how leveled they are. Thinking about the items is secondary, I suppose.
Oh, alright. you see still the Venge and Witch Doctor in poverty mode, not able to get too many items for themselves quite yet. The Earthshaker still sitting at level 9. He is severely lacking on EXP, and I think that's a mistake. I feel like he should be in the jungle maybe, or sitting in lanes a little bit more, because he's really needs to get a higher damage Echo Slam ready for his team. That was also the issue with the Witch Doctor. However, he's now level 11, so a little bit of a lag there, but he now has a full ult, and it looks like there was going to be a quick pause. Yeah, there was a huge spike that came out of nowhere right there. And they're saying everyone lagging. Taking a look at the net worth chart here, it's a 10,000 net worth lead in favor of D.A.N.K. And there's going to be a quick little resume, so...
It's a, once again, a scary slope there. It's like, it's not really a roller coaster. It's the first tenth of a roller coaster.
It's like one of those water rides, one of the big water rides where, you know, you chill for a little bit and then you just, bam, you're done. Bang Bros is going to be able to try and go on to Chosen Llama. He is able to see him there. There's a quick rotation. However, there is a Built Heavens Halberd completed on the Phoenix. Phoenix not going to attempt a leap, and like no other, is not going to be able to either.
A great singular choice against her. So the miss does so much, and the disable is just so powerful against him. He's gonna have a much harder time trying to pick off Phoenix, even more than he had before. So not looking good for Ursa. He's not having a fun time at all.
Ursa does have the completed MKB, so he's gonna be able to land all his hits onto Bristleback and the Spectre. However, Spectre now has. I mean, I'm sorry. I keep confusing them. I don't know. Bristleback, Brewmaster, same thing. Didn't they fight? Oh no, it was Tusk and Bristleback that fought each other in a pub. Anyways, on the Spectre and the Brewmaster. However, there's going to be smoke down on the mid lane. Paranoid going to be the one to break it, and he is not able to get off any abilities so far, and they're going to quickly clean him up. He has just been, he's been
Paranoid
getting, just, I don't know.
Has gotten so many deaths for the other team. It's kind of scary thinking about it, and the blink coming out from Centaur trying to get away. Kind of juking him a bit, but
however, it looks like Game is Hard is going to be able to catch out the Shusker. There's the snowball rolling in on the way. However, Spark is there trying to stun anything he can. Dapper is able to get a quick stomp off. However, Brewmaster does get his full ult off. Dapper caught off on the wrong side of the fissure. However, Aaron continuing on to Spark, and that is 4 kills going in favor of IW. So, I don't want to be the one to call anything early, but I feel like that is going to be game for IW. What do you think?
It might be if they push their revenge as they should right now. It probably could be. They could actually turn it right here if they get a great death ward, but once again, it's been a terrible chance of getting that. The fissure was just not good. It separated Dapper. It almost locked in the Wind Ranger because of ice shards. Was just a very bad fissure.
The Congress is out, however, Bang Bros is trying to go in onto Game is Hard. However, the quick snowball is there immediately. Bang Bros is swapped in and does pop the BKB, so he's going to try and do as much as he can. He's able to bring down Brewmaster for a godlike streak.
And we have the good game well played out from Brewmaster.
Ouch. A little bit of BM.
Yeah.
There's a little Congos going on there, however, the...
Stampede going in, Shushka with the Echo Slam. Takes him down the fissure on Chosen Llama. Just not enough damage yet. We need another stun, but the Icarus dive gets him away just in time. The damage is going to keep his Blink Dagger off cooldown, or on cooldown.
Chosen Llama getting away with 100 health, and that was a really well placed Echo Slam too, able to catch a couple heroes out and is able to combo well with the Death Ward. So Spark still at 38 minutes just got his level 2 ult. They really needed his ult to be a higher level. So see, this is one of the reasons why I feel like an offlane Earthshaker can be good, because an offlane Earthshaker gets the levels he needs and the gold he needs to have early Blink Dagger, early high level Echo Slams, etc. So that's what I believe is the plus to having him on the offlane. Paranoid is getting wrecked, however, by the Manta illusion. However, he's still stunned. There are now 2 illusions chasing him down, and it looks like they might actually be able to kill him. He's dropping really, really low. There's a little fissure coming out, but there's going to be the haunt to finish off Paranoid. Now Shushker trying to take down Aaron, however, he's dropping really, really low. A couple more auto attacks from Aaron is going to be able to finish him off if he can get him off.
And
Or
the
maybe
Radiant's
Radiance
gonna
Burn.
finish him off.
Radiance Burn and a couple auto attacks from his Mantas. Bang Bros is chasing a little deep, however. Or maybe he'll just not do that. He'll
See a push from
Radiant's
bot
bottom
lane.
tower is under attack.
Bang Bros is trying to figure out what's going on, trying to find a place where he can do something, but he is just so split between defending and pushing. We see Spectre, Tusk, saw him with that ward.
They might want to try something. However, there's the Dust. The Dust is able to pick him up, and there's the Snowball as well. He's going to pop BKB and is going to try and focus down Aaron. He's dropping to about half health himself. Aaron taking quite a bit of damage. However, the Ice Shards are there to seclude him away from Aaron. Very, very close, but well-placed Ice Shards by Tusk.
Yeah, it's his items are good, but he just has no support. You can't. I don't think any hero at this point can 4v1, especially with the lineup that they have.
Does Lotus Orb reflect Ursa's Fury Swipes? It's not. It's not a targeted
No.
spell.
No, it would.
Radiant's bottom
I think it has to be an actual target spell, not an attack modifier like Fury Swipes.
There is going
So-
to be the Stampede used to try and save Spark. Looks like he's gonna be able to do just that. However, the split is able to get off. Stun out onto Paranoid, and there's the tornado onto Spark. Spark is caught up between quite a few heroes. However, Dapper there with a very, very quick stun. Spark is also there. However, he's supremely slowed. Paranoid trying to get off the Death Ward, but he is way too close. There's the buyback from Shushker. Shushker is getting stunned by the Supernova. However, a missed Echo Slam by Spark and another Phoenix Sun able to come out. D.A.N.K like no other. Getting focused down by Dapper, but now Dapper is going to be turned around on. He was in range of the Supernova, and he's going to drop himself.
And that is Mega Creeps for the
That is
Dire
going to
side.
be GG, and the GG is called out by IW themselves. A great game for both sides. Just a stronger lineup and a stronger early game by D.A.N.K. So, great game from both sides.
It was a good game. Radiant did have a good showing. Ursa did the best he could. Paranoid is getting picked off left and right, but he still had very, very good death wards that did the best he could with what he had. And you know, you can't say that he was a bad player or a bad teammate. He did the best he could with what he had, and I feel like it was a good showing from Radiant, and I'm excited to see what they can pull up for game 2.
Definitely. What do you think that IW could have done better?
I believe that maybe spacing out their support picks a little bit more, because they did pick Earthshaker and Witchstalker right away without seeing any of D.A.N.K's picks. So it might have been better for them to do that. I think if they had a bit more of a early fighting push potential, that definitely would have gotten them where they needed to be as far as mid and late game. And maybe not such an unconventional carry as Ursa. Ursa is a good jungler and a good ganker, but as a carry, he just needs so much before he's useful, and he's so like a glass cannon early to mid game when he doesn't have a lot of health, and all he has is ult to defend him for most damage.
No doubt.
I think that they do have the skill. They just need a much better pick, and I believe that they can do it. So we'll just have to wait for our invite. We might just turn on.
Yeah, we're gonna go on to a quick break really quickly before we get into game 2. There was a little bit of confusion whether it was a best of 2 or best of 5. I still believe it is a best of 2, but we'll be right back once they decide to get the game started. So just chill here in the lobby and listen to a couple songs I'm throwing on. And thank you very much for tuning into 2K2 Casuals.
Just for tonight, would you come with me? Just for tonight, let the lights get just for tonight. Just for tonight, come with me, blindly. You know when you keep running, but your legs are standing still. It's like you're stuck in a nightmare, but you keep doing it for the thrill. Well, this is reality, you only live it once, so wake up from your dream. But just for tonight, let the lines get blurred, let your thoughts be free, let your thoughts be free. Just for tonight, let your thoughts be free.
And just like that, we're going to be back into the game for game 2 of D.A.N.K versus IW. So, again, it's myself, Padilla, and I have Empty right beside me as always. How are you doing, Empty?
I am doing just as good as I was doing 5 minutes ago, but let's go
Awesome.
right into the game. Let's go right into the game.
So this time the sides have switched. D.A.N.K is going to be on the Radiant side and Insane Wolves are going to be on the Dire side. This time D.A.N.K getting rid of the Tusk instead of picking it for themselves. Insane Wolves getting rid of the Quap just like they did last game.
That Tusk ban, terrifying, and good choice. Good choice.
10 seconds
Tusk is
remaining.
such a scary hero, and I know we call for nerfs a lot around here in the 2K trench, but some heroes, I think Tusk is one of the few that need it.
Team pick.
And wow, very quick pick and ban. So IW picking banning out the Earthshaker and the Quap immediately, while D.A.N.K City gets rid of Lishrak and the Tusk. Insane Wolves going for the first pick Undying, while D.A.N.K grabs that first pick Gyrocopter. And Gyrocopter has been dropping from popularity recently and is able to pick up Clockwork. So why do you think Gyrocopter is dropping from popularity?
I think because a lot of heroes like Tusk have the ability to change the game to where he doesn't have as much space to farm. He is a very scary hero when he's farmed, but somebody like Tusk or Clockwork can really zero in on him and really basically deny him that ability and deny him
10
his
seconds
early fight
remaining.
ability when he's locked in and stunned, like he would be in Cogs
5
or by
seconds
Shards
remaining.
and Snowball. That's what Gyrocopter depends on. He depends on an early
Missile
rocket
time.
kill, an early stun from the missile, and a stun from his team. But they did ban Tusk and Clockwork, so I think Gyrocopter will be pretty effective this game, even though they do have Undying. The slow can do quite a bit to him as far as his mobility, which is very important in using his abilities, but I think they'll have a good lineup that'll help with that.
Alright. IW now picking up the Witch Doctor as their next pick. So they're going for a Witch Doctor again. How do you feel about that? I mean, we saw in the previous game Witch Doctor, he was able to get a couple good ults and some good combos, but besides that, he really just died very, very quickly to whatever D.A.N.K said he threw at him. So what do you think they want to do differently with this Witch
A
Doctor?
quick message from the chat. Could you switch to the game?
10 seconds
Oh,
remaining.
It is still
you're
on the
right.
screensaver. My apologies. The
Casual
Witch Doctor-
streaming.
Dire
Yeah,
team ban.
our apologies once again. We have the Dazzle and Shaofin ban, and once again Witch Doctor. I don't think he's a bad choice, especially with Undying. They don't have as many stuns as they did before. Perhaps Clockwork could do a bit of a stun
10 seconds
with
remaining.
his cogs or with the hook shot. But with Undying's totem and the slow, the
Radiant
Death Ward
team
does coordinate really well, keeping
Very
them
true.
there and keeping them hitting it or keeping them in range of it. So that is a good choice. However, they do have 3 more picks that could really mess with Witch Doctor's ability to do what they want. And Winter Wyvern,
Dire
great
team
choice.
pick.
Great choice against Witch Doctor because the Winter's Curse can just shut him down so quickly.
You do love your Winter Wyvern.
I love watching Winter Wyvern. There's great plays that come out from it and really bad plays that come out from it. They're really fun to watch. So it's the best of both worlds. We have the Ancient Apparition, Pugna ban. Ancient Apparition, a pretty good hero this meta. They did do recent changes to
10
the
seconds
AoE
remaining.
gold mechanic, and we'll see how that plays out. Well, maybe he is banned
5
because of that.
seconds
But
remaining.
once again, a pretty popular hero to ban. Pugna, not so popular,
Reserve
but
time.
he could do quite a bit of damage to Gyro, Clockwork, and Winter Wyvern, especially with the push mechanic that is really powerful early game.
One thing I noticed that was said in chat, and now I'm watching in game, is now D.A.N.K MGA is now going to be playing instead of the Vengeful Spirit. I forgot his name.
Let's start with an A.
Yeah, it started with an A. It's
Yeah.
Analother. I don't remember how.
And it's whatever. Who cares? He's gone now. It's MGA.
Great plays though with the Vengeful Spirit, so
Yeah.
we congratulate you for your great play. Dragon Knight going to be the next pick coming up for Insane Wolves. Probably going to be a mid Dragon Knight. He's had quite a few buffs to him in the 6.84 patch, so he had a lot of popularity very early into the patch, but he just lost all that popularity. No nerfs applied to him in B or C patches, but still a drop of popularity. I'm glad to see him here again. However, Tinker, not a very popular pick, is going to be the mid laner for D.A.N.K. What do you think about the Tinker?
I think especially against Dragon Knight, Dragon Knight's gonna have a tough time. That laser and the blind does so well against auto attacks and the dragon form. He relies on that so much. Sure, he does have Dragon Breath and the stun to do a bit of damage, but Tinker just has that basically get out of jail free card every time Dragon Knight tries to finish him off. Witch
10
Doctor and
seconds
Undying can
remaining.
counter it a little bit, but Tinker, once again, he has a huge range and the
5
ability to
seconds
teleport
remaining.
quickly will play in his favor. Along with Winter Wyvern,
Reserve
the
time.
Winter Wyvern combination with perhaps March of the Machines could be quite terrifying.
And Necrophos going to be the next pick for Insane Wolves. Another not very supremely popular hero. A lot of not extremely popular heroes coming out for both sides, surprisingly. Can't wait to see what they're going to do with that. What do you think they're going to do with a Necrophos? Are they going to run him as a support or
10
an
seconds
offlaner?
remaining.
I think actually he could be an alternative to a mid hero.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
Dire
Necrophos
team
mid is
ban.
not the best, but it's also a good choice against Tinker. You don't need to get close to him, you just need to stick around, and he has that health regen that Dragon Knight also has. So they play in the same similar mechanic where they could stay in lane for a long time. We see a Spirit Breaker ban
10
out
seconds remaining.
from the Radiant side.
Yeah, Necrophos
Oh.
is a safe pick, though.
Yeah, he's a pretty safe pick. I agree with that. If they do run him mid, if they run him
Reserve
Ancients,
I
farming
doubt it.
Ancients,
Mhm.
that's a very bad vet choice, and I haven't seen a successful Necrophos farming Ancients, but
Radiant
it's a
team
possibility. That's something they could do. We have the Keeper of the Light ban. They do need a support. That is a correct ban, and I think he would do quite well against maybe Dragon Knight, Necrophos, and Undying to drain their mana. Mana leak has really been put into effect this patch more than others I've noticed.
Oh,
as
yeah.
Far as
Mhm.
as far as a good mechanic and Bounty Hunter, it's gonna be scary for Witch Doctor and Undying and even Necrophos. Maybe they were expecting him to go farm Ancients, because to find a
Mhm.
Necrophos farming Ancients, that's basically a free kill at level 3 or 4.
You're right. So maybe he will. Who knows? I mean, Necrophos would be a safe mid lane pick since all the stomp mid laners are already banned out. You know, people such as Leshrac, Shadow Fiend, and
10
Quap.
seconds remaining.
But if they do run him Ancients, Bounty Hunter is going to track him down, and
5
Necrophos
seconds
is
remaining.
either going to make a smart choice and just completely forgo Ancients, or he's going to be Bounty Hunter food.
Reserve time.
D.A.N.K City still has something worth noting. They have a whole minute 50 still on their reserve time. I believe is that full time?
That is full time. They
Yeah.
know. They know what they want.
they
They know.
they knew what they wanted coming into this
Yeah.
draft.
So we're looking for a carry here for Insane Wolves. They have their
10
supports.
seconds
They have
remaining.
an off lane and a mid lane, and Nature's
And they're gonna give it
Prophet.
to Natures.
Odd
There.
choice, a very unconventional draft, but we'll see how it'll work out. I'm not giving this to one side or another. One draft is a bit more conventional, but you know,
I love watching
Dota
unconventional. Yeah.
Dota is not the game of conventionality. That's not a word, but it is now. it's it's a game where we can see great combinations of heroes and skill really play out in heroes where you'd think they wouldn't be useful. But the Nature's Prophet ganks might be helpful early on. I was thinking about it because Gyro does like to farm jungle. It would be an easy choice of gank for Dapper right now. I'll start off with introducing Insane Wolves. On the, it seems, bot lane Nature's Prophet, we have Dapper playing, once again, Nature's Prophet, Shushker. He was mid last game. He is playing Dragon Eye, he is bot. There's all 5 bot. Bang Rose on Necrophos, Spark on Undying, and once again Paranoid taking on Witch Doctor. On the Radiant side.
On the Radiant side, however, we have MGA, the new sub from Game 1, going to be taking on the Winter Wyvern. Aaron, again, the carry, going to be on the Gyrocopter in the bot lane. Game is hard, is going to be on Tinker. There it looks like, however, before I continue, it's going to be a 5v3 in the jungle. IW is going to get really, really aggressive for this ward control, and it looks like D.A.N.K is just going to back up. The cask is out. However, it looks like that's going to be about it. MGA is going to be able to back up. He did take Sprout, though, in hopes that there was going to be some sort of engagement there, but looks like nothing's there. In the top lane, Chosen Llama, the offlane, are going to be taking on the Clockwork, and that's it. That's it on Radiant side. It looks like IW is going to be able to control this bot rune. A ton of pings coming out, and they really, really want this Gyrocopter. That or it was either a warning, like, do not go over there. So instead, D.A.N.K is just going to settle for the very early block. So yeah, it looks like it is going to be Shushker taking on the mid lane, Dapper going to the solo safe lane. So we see IW going to be taking on the aggro tri lane with Necrophos, Witch Doctor, and the Undying.
I think it's a good choice. They have a lot of healing on their team, especially with Soul Rip, Voodoo, and Death Pulse. So might be a very sustainable lane, especially against Aaron. With the Heartstopper aura, it will really get him away from the farm, which I think is very, very necessary for a game like this.
Yeah, very, very
Gyrocopter
strong.
can just take off, and it's just a runaway carry where you really can't stop him. Especially, they don't have a lot of stunts. They have Cask, and that's pretty much it. We have Rockets going on, Paranoid doing so much damage, and the
Couple more right clicks, and that's going to be
breath
it. A very quick and easy first blood. However, the tomb is committed. Spark is going to be trying to go in on Aaron. Aaron's Rocket Barrage, however, able to push them away. Very, very well played by Aaron, getting that early first blood, and that's almost a failed tri lane. Like this IW tri lane really needs to get a makeup kill here, because that is bad. If your aggro tri gives up a kill in the first minute of the game, there's not much you can do to recover unless you get tons of kills to respond. Aaron's gonna be getting really, really aggressive on the Bang Bros and Spark. However, the cask is there, and that's going to be the makeup kill we were just talking for. I don't know what the plan was with that one.
I don't think he knew which Doctor was exactly there in range of the cask. I think he had the idea that he was going to get away. But once again, an easy kill, I feel, for the tri-lane, and that's what they needed to do.
So now it's back to just about even.
You see Dragon Knight on Shushker trading blows with Game is Hard.
Surprisingly, Bang Bros is on the top of the net worth chart, even on top of the mid heroes, thanks to that early kill. I've been paying a lot of attention to bot lane, so I'm gonna go to other lanes now. Top lane, Dapper is dealing with a dual lane. It looks like no other is not really going to be roaming too much, unless he makes me eat my words like he just did, and he's gonna start his roam for the mid lane Shushker.
There is the double damage room here. He does have visibility. He could try to use this. Janata does have that crit damage. This might be quite a bit of damage.
There's
but
no
I feel
vision.
Like Dragon Edge just has that game sense, or he's going to block the lane.
We'll
block
see.
the creeps. One of the two. We have a lot of damage going out in Winter Wyvern. Next is going by. The Death Pulse goes on, does hit him. A few more auto attacks, and he's finished off by Undying. Aaron just so low. What a... You know, I don't like to compare terrible diseases to what that lane is, but we'd call that Ebola.
Meanwhile, while Ebola was happening in the bot lane, we see, just like you were saying, the roaming double damage Bounty Hunter able to pick up the kill on Dragon Knight in the mid lane. So, game is hard. Now winning the mid lane. It looks like he may just take off from there. This aggro tri-lane on the bot just doing so much work. It's so strong.
Right. It's a good choice. The heroes might be a little bit underleveled because there's so many of them in the same lane, but if they keep picking up these kills, it won't even matter. And Nature's Prophet does do quite a good job on top lane. He is farming, but once we see the Janata going out, doing quite a bit of damage, he doesn't have Shuriken Toss just yet. It's going to be hard for him to maybe try to get away with that teleport if he does try to do it, since Shuriken can block him with the mini stun, and as well as the Clockwork's battery assault as well, I believe. Another Janata going out on Nature's Prophet, but he seems to not care. He gives very little of the caring.
Very little of the caring.
Yeah.
This tri-lane putting tons of pressure on the bot lane, Aaron. Right now he's sitting at about 4 last hits.
Undying going in, and the
Tomb is committed.
Goes down right now, right away, and the damage is just so much on Aaron. The Winter Wyvern just seems so easy. The Sprout coming out from Nature's Prophet is there. Didn't even notice him teleporting. Just so much damage going out, and that's it. But Tinker rotates as well. Game is hard with the haste ruin.
And now, like no other, is going to join the fight as well. The March of the Machines is coming out. Bang Bros is completely out of mana. Spark throwing out a couple decay stacks. However, now Game is Hard dropping a little low. One more right click on Nature's Prophet is going to be able to finish him off. Game is Hard dropping low himself. Maybe a couple more auto attacks. He is out of haste. But there's a lot of low health heroes in this bot lane. If Aaron can get here quickly.
Bang Bros taking a Janata.
Like no other, continuing to engage. Now Aaron is here with the Rocket Barrage trying to pick up what he can. However, the heals by the Witch Doctor looks like they might be enough. Aaron now focusing down on Paranoid. Paranoid is going to drop for his sins. And Bang Bros is able to get out with very little health.
Very, very, very good rotations from the rest of the team. Nature's Prophet did do quite a good job. He got some XP, but they just stayed there. Well, they overstayed their welcome way too long. They stayed under tower for such a long time. You can only expect them to get punished like that. I mean, that was the correct response from the Radiant side. And maybe this gives Shushker a bit more space, but once again, that is a lot of kills for D.A.N.K. that I think they needed. They needed a few more kills to get on top. If we look at the net worth, once again, Tinker's on top with the next 3 dire heroes, Necrophos, D.K, and Nature's Prophet. A smoked up Necrophos is shown by Winter Wyvern.
He's going to do a couple right clicks onto MGA. MGA just going to take it down. Aaron right now doesn't have too many last hits. I mean, it's at 6 minutes, and I think he's sitting at 10, is it? Yeah. He's sitting at only 10 last hits, so he's not having a very, very fun lane right now. And you can't help but feel for the guy. This is such a strong tri-lane that their dive potential is unlimited. There's really no place safe to farm.
Once again, we can see where Gyro does that is his weakness. Not being able to farm, not being able to have that free movement that he has, that he needs to use Rocket Barrage and use Flak Cannon to do a lot of damage from a good distance away, or even more damage from close. He can't get nearby with Heartstopper. It just does so much damage in such a huge radius. And we see the Death Pulse coming out, doing so much damage. Winter Wyvern down to a 3rd health. She does have that salve, so.
One thing also worth noting is this tree line right here is completely taken out, so even if D.A.N.K want to try and hide behind their tower, there's easy vision from both sides.
Right.
Looks like they're now going to be pushing down the tower, however.
Shushker is getting harassed here by Bounty Hunter. I'm not sure if he knows it.
He does have the blue ward here, but it is about to, excuse me, it's about to expire. And it's going to do just that. Game is hard, putting the hurt onto Shushker.
We see a rotation out from, or not a rotation, Gyrocopter going back into lane.
However, there is a rotation, Clockwork. I wasn't paying much attention to him top lane. He is level 6 and does have the hook shot.
Bounty Hunter is here.
They don't know either.
Use the Janata on Spark. He is slowed. No one's going in yet. There is a hook shot from Clockwork. They know where everyone is. He's right there, and he misses
the field goal. However, the call down is there. Tons of damage going out. The tombstone is going to be called out. However, now the cogs pushing away Bang Bros and Spark. The Nature's Prophet able to pick up the kill on the Gyrocopter, and now Clockwork is next to die. Man,
a good death pulse. It saved Witch Doctor. That's a 3 for 0. A crazy fight in favor of the dire side.
Looks like there's going to be a dive, however, on the MGA. MGA is going to turn using the Arctic Blast. Game is hard. Does have the TP boots there. There's going to be a Soul Rip. Might be able to save him, actually. Bang Bros dropping to about half health. Now Dapper. There's the interruption, like no other, able to pick up the final kill onto Nature's Prophet. So a small little pickup kill after their pretty much lost team fight.
So they did get 2 towers for some. They just got mid and bot from the creeps. The Necrophos just doing so much work with Death Pulse, and then the Voodoo Restoration as well. Soul Rip just, you can see where they were planning. They were planning to do so much damage. The Janata goes down on D.K. He is trying to fly away, and the hook shot lands on him as well as the cogs. There is the battery assault, and just so much damage out from Tinker, and Bounty Hunter finishes him off. Ooh, man.
No track ult quite yet, though, so Bounty Hunter needs to hurry and get that level 6, so D.A.N.K can pull ahead. IW trying to prevent that from happening, however.
Witch Doctor does come nearby, up on top lane, trying to maybe do something here on Aaron. Just trying to get him away from that farm. He has inched up a bit. He only has 23. Most of the dire side is above him, but I feel he'll catch up really quickly with Black Cannon, especially once they really just put the pressure off of him. If they do, then he'll have a lot of opportunities to do that. But once again, that's the key to their victory. They need to keep up this pressure.
No doubt. It looks like, however,
coming up with Gyrocopter.
Yep, it is going to be called down. However, the casks are there with the lucky bounces. Necrophos all going to be destroying the Bounty Hunter, and Aaron is also going to drop as well. It is a 3v4 in the top lane, or is that 5? It is 3v5. March of the Machine is going to try and push away IW from pushing this lane. It's going to do just that.
Great rotation. We even saw Undying was here ready to do whatever he needed to do. Great use of Sprout and a great Scythe, I believe. He finished up Bounty Hunter. He's going to be gone for a long time now. And once again, the Voodoo just keeping everybody up, the Soul Rip keeping everybody up as long as possible.
That is crazy.
They do have March of the Machines, which does a really good job of keeping everybody away. Necrophos is going to have to build his mana pool, though. He doesn't have a lot. He doesn't have a lot to use Death Pulse. It is a 5-second cooldown, so he'll want to have as much mana as possible to be able to pump out as many as he can, as fast as he can.
Looks like, however, IW still wants to push down this top lane. March of the Machines keeping them away. There's now a 4v2 up here. This Tinker has tons of gold and it has really high level. He's the highest in the net worth chart right now. MGA is also here to try and soak up some XP and help out Game is Hard.
We can see here that we can see Aaron getting some farm at bot. He's doing the right thing. He's going where the team is. He's farming as best he can, even using call down to finish it off as best as possible. Because they do have that tier 1, and they could actually come and gank him if they could. So he's just gonna keep farming as best he can. Tinker leading the last hit board with 54 and the net worth as well. If we take a look at the graphs, it is 3k in dire side. Quite a lead this early, but you can't deny that. Necrophos trading blows with Tinker. He can't hit anything. He lands the sight just to get him nearby, and the Witcher's Curse goes down on DK. Try to get him give him some time to get away, but the Fire Breath finishes him off as well. And now we see Voodoo and Death Pulse getting everybody back to max health once again in order to push. There's no March Machines. Tinker is down.
Yep. There's going to be 5 heroes now in the top lane. Nature's Prophet did dive in between towers. Chosen Llama is getting right-clicked down by the trees and by Nature's Prophet. However, like no other, it does have the track online. There's going to be the stun onto Aaron as well as the call down. Call down is now up and the tomb is being committed. Chosen Llama is able to jump onto Dapper and Dapper is coming down. The tomb is still up. Like no other is hiding in the background. However, there's going to be a TP by Game is Hard. Game is Hard, however, does get stunned immediately after TPing and he's down. For another 30 minutes after TP, 30 seconds after TPing, like no other, putting a little harass onto Bang Bros.
That is a dieback. Did he buy back?
No, he didn't buy back, but I mean that was immediately after TP.
It was practically a dieback. It's another 30 seconds, and the tower is most likely going to go down. Once again, the crazy healing coming out from this team. It's too much to even handle for them. They just can't get them away. They have so much harass, but they just run out of mana and they just keep healing and keep healing and keep healing. And they finally took down that tower. That was a sustained 3 to 4 minute push. Like they were just sitting there waiting for the opportunity to finish off Game is Hard, to get March of the Machines out of there. That's the only thing keeping them away. They don't have burst heals, but they do have that over time. And if they do just sit there and bide their time, they can finish them off, and that's exactly what they did.
And you are exactly right. IW, compared to last game, they're pulling this game ahead.
So, you know, it's the Witch Doctor once again. It's a good choice, but it has to be in the right company, and he is in the right company. He survives so much from the mechanism on Necrophos that he recently built, the Death Pulse, the Soul Rip, and Voodoo that affects him as well. It's gonna be.
Yeah, it is an insane.
It was a good choice. It was a good choice.
Insane.
Very good draft in that sense.
Bang Bros does have Reaper Scythe available. Game is Hard is just gonna TP out. They might want to try some sort of rotation here. There are 4 heroes in the mid lane. And like you were saying, their healing is so insane and so intense that they can afford to just sit in a lane for 3-4 minutes and just push it out. Nature's Prophet gets all the space that he needs to try and farm up and become their carry. And it looks like they might want to do just that. However, Bang Bros is separated a little bit. There's a ton of tracks out on 3 heroes right now. But it looks like there's not going to be any sort of engage yet. Aaron is pushing out the bot lane. There's going to be 1 rotation by Necrophos. And Aaron is just going to back out of that. So now IW is forced to back out of the mid lane since they don't have Necrophos there to provide them with any heals.
Dapper, all he has is Necronomicon and Phase Boots. He is going push build, so maybe not the best choice because they don't have a real hard carry. Necrophos might take that up, or DK in another sense, getting some health and armor. He is building Claymore, which I imagine is going to go into a Shadow Blade. So we'll have to see who builds what, and someone's gonna have to take the role of carry because once Gyro gets a bit more health and is a lot harder to take down with some more items, someone's gonna have to do a lot more damage to finish him off. And we have a good burst damage right now, but it's only minute 15. You can't expect them to survive that burst damage at this point in the game.
There are now 5 heroes down in the bot lane. Spark maybe trying to put down a ward, however, he is spotted out. There's going to be the Arctic Burn on the Spark. The Tombstone is going to be dropped. There's a Dust, and as well, Paranoid is going to pop his death ward. A quick Reaper Scythe onto Bounty Hunter to stop him. The Breathed Fire is also out onto MGA. MGA is dropping really low, and there's the Winter's Curse, not dealing a ton of damage. It didn't catch all the heroes, but look at their insane healing. After a team fight just like that, they're almost all back up to full health. It is absolutely insane.
It's an intense draft, and we saw Nature's Prophet trading blows, baited out a call down from Aaron, I believe.
It makes
not sure if it was baited, but he used it. But once again, the push and their sustain is crazy. We do have a Fortify coming up from the Radiant side.
Looking back at the draft, actually, for IW, they did ban out the Ancient Apparition. It looks like this is why.
Right, that makes a lot of sense. Looking at this point, we have the rockets going out, a lot of damage.
Call down is going to be committed.
And the hook misses.
A slightly debatable hook shot. I'm not sure what he wanted to do with the creep wave there. Maybe he didn't see the creep wave, but IW's just gonna back out. They're out of mana. They want to go regen a little bit and set up for another push.
Right. We do have the point booster out on Necro. He might be going Ags.
Makes sense.
Or maybe some health item. It'd be funny if he got Scotty, but you know, getting some more health, getting more survivability, and he would get some mana from the ultimate orbs as well. So a debatable choice, but possible if he wants to go carry in that sense.
Three heroes are now rotating toward the mid lane. Game is hard is just going to TP out. Looks like there's not going to be any sort of engage here. However, the Congos do bounce onto like no other. He's going to be able to get away though with this move speed. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Aaron, not very much one for farm in this game. He's only got the treads and a Wraith Band complete.
Clockwork nearby. He doesn't have hookshot up, but we're going to have a teleport away from Nature's Prophet before he can try to do anything.
Yeah, he knew something was up.
Bounty Hunter has bottled that DD, so we'll see how he uses that.
It's only level 1 Janata, so the DD isn't an intense like burst that it would be amazing to see, but nonetheless.
He could take down Witch Doctor. He only has 720 max health, so it's not really a tough kill for him, but can he get through to him without, you know, getting discovered by the rest of the team?
A quick little mug of the Shushker. He took his lunch money and ran away.
But already Shushker with the Dragon Blood already back to max health.
Yep, he's got that Shadow Blade now complete. Necrophos, so it looks like he will not actually be going for Ags, but looking at the... Oh wait, no, he's going for a Soul Booster, it looks like.
Right. Maybe Bloodstone?
Possibly. I could see a Bloodstone.
Maybe even Octurne.
Like you were saying, he was having mana issues earlier, so if he wants to keep up that crazy sustain that he's giving to his team, he's going to need that mana pool provided by Bloodstone. And the mana
Octurne
regen.
Core would be a good choice, actually.
Oh yeah, those quick death pulses.
That cooldown reduction would be really good for him. His ult at level 3. We do have the Splinter Blast coming out from Winter Weapon and the stun just to get Clockwork there for the rotation, and he falls to the Necronomicon creeps, and
Nature's Prophet was able to trap him inside of the trees as well as his own cogs. So he put himself, he dug his own grave. He dug his own grave. There's gonna be a quick call down to try and push back this IW crew, but Bang Bros does not care. Look at that heal.
They just have so much sustain, and
it's a really good strat.
Ancient Apparition would have been a great choice. That was a clinch ban. That would have ruined their whole game.
You know, you have to applaud IW for a very smart strat.
Yeah.
You know, just you wouldn't think go full heals or almost full heals.
Yeah. Heals are a bit depreciated, I feel, in Dota. They're not as
flashy,
prominent or flashy, but over time you can just see how much Soul Rip and Voodoo and even Death Pulse.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, 3 heroes out of the 4 are full health.
Right. And they're down to all tier 3 towers. The high ground will be a bit harder, but once again with Heartstopper, he only has one level in Heartstopper, so you can definitely tell he's trying to get the heals from Sadist and Death Pulse. But once he gets a few more levels in there, it'll definitely be a lot easier to push up the high ground. Undying does have that Solar Crest. They might try to get
it'd be easy.
They might try to get Roshan here with Solar Crest. They don't have a lot of damage, but with Solar Crest it's not hard at all. He's tanking a bit of it. But with the heals it doesn't matter because they just man down Roshan. Bang Bros is invisible, he's keeping a lookout. But it seems like they don't know, and the rocket just misses.
No, they do know. The rocket, an earlier rocket was able to spot him out, but D.A.N.K can't do anything. Even if they wanted to fight, they would have to get a god like Winter's Curse.
Right.
And hope to have any damage that they just don't have right now. So instead, they're going to sacrifice this Roche. Necrophos is going to be the one to pick up the Aegis, and instead they're going to opt for pushing down this top tower. However, it's really slow.
Necrophos did pick up the Aegis. He has Soul Ring, so he's definitely going Bloodstone. He's not going Octurne Core. He's definitely going Bloodstone.
Yeah, Bloodstone would be a better choice right now. Octurne Core is a luxury item, and it would be... It is definitely a great pick. I think it needs to be picked up just later in the game. If he gets the Bloodstone right now, he'll have the mana regen to sustain him through the game.
Right. See almost 5 heroes top lane. Or almost 5. We see Gyro going back mid. They're gonna push that tier 3. A tier 1 for a tier 3, not a good trade in my opinion, and they finish it off. We already see a teleport's coming back in. Most heroes are already back at base. Nature's Prophet is spotted, I believe, by Tinker, so they know he's there. The Rocket Barrage going on Necrophos, and then the Voodoo comes out. The Dragon Form as well, the call down on all 4 of them. It lands, they're quite low, but the mechanism saves them. The Soul Rip on Undying to get his health up, and a Splinter Blast. The Winter's Curse doesn't do much. Another missed hook shot from Clockwork, and just so much damage from the zombies. The Death Ward doesn't hit anything, but it gets them back, and this tower is going down so quickly. So quickly.
So yeah, a lot of chaos going on in that fight. That Winter's Curse, like I was saying, there's not enough going on. It's just not enough right now. It's kind of weird that not much happened during that, because IW does not lack damage. They have plenty of damage, but it's
they
just...
definitely don't. But I feel like they're just trying to basically get the towers. They're goal oriented. Let's just say they want those. They
Objective
want those
Dota.
points. They want those objectives, and they feel like the longer this game lasts, of course, that Gyro will have the advantage as a hard carry. So I think they're pushing that as best they can.
Definitely. It looks like IW is still going to remain in the bot lane. They were able to take out the tower, but
You see a
Aaron is still there.
Hyperstone out on Dragon Knight. Seems like he's going to build AC. I would
Hopefully.
guess AC would be a very good pick for him.
Yeah, I don't see him going Moonshard.
Yeah.
Aaron still is lacking farm in this game. He only has the Ogre Club, probably going for the BKB. He has a little bit of gold. I mean, he has enough to pick up the Mithril Hammer, not enough to complete it quite yet, but he needs that BKB online if he wants to survive fights.
Nature's Prophet keeping back the Tinker push. He is the man to do it.
Dragon Knight is going to be baiting out a little bit with his illusion. They might know it's an illusion, however. It is tracked. However, I did not know that illusions morphed. The Dragon Knight illusion morphed from dragon mode into human mode. So that's pretty convincing.
A very tricky illusion right there.
But they can see that he's not dealing any damage. So instead, they're going to be focusing on IW, who is in the bot lane. There's going to be a quick call down to clear out these creeps. And he's going to do just that.
Dying does take quite a bit of damage, but it seems like he'll be alright. He has a lot of healing from Voodoo, a lot of healing from Mech, and Death Pulse already back to 80% health.
And they're going to continue to engage. There's actually track on all 4 heroes down on the bot lane. There's going to be a rocket onto Paranoia to stop him. However, now Bang Bros engaging in onto Aaron. Aaron dropping pretty low, but so is Bang Bros, so they have to be careful. With all the healing that they have, they're all sitting kind of low, so they need to be careful. Another rocket coming out onto Bang Bros. No engage though.
Shuriken Toss is very scary when there's a lot of heroes tracked, because it does bounce. That's almost 1800 damage if 5 heroes are tracked, so it's a very...
The Tomb is out, however now the Clockwork is going to be able to hook on onto Bang Bros. There's the Winter's Curse onto Shushker. They're trying to stop him. Paranoia does not get his full Death Pulse off. Now Shushker dropping really low, and he's going to drop as well. Bang Bros does not have any more mana. Doppler is going to be focusing down on Chosen Llama. D.A.N.K Aaron is going to be able to take down the Aegis, and it looks like they will be able to finish him off. Bang Bros is dropping a little low. Aaron is continuing to engage, however, none of his rockets are hitting at Bang Bros. But it looks like he will go down to a couple more rockets, and Gyrocopter able to finish the Wicked Streak on Necrophos. So I believe that gives him BKB. Oh yeah, that gives him BKB and some. Good fight. A very well, I guess, well completed defense by D.A.N.K.
Right.
They didn't sacrifice any buildings, and it was 4 for 1.
That's what their strength is right now, fighting on the high ground. They used it a lot better in this fight than they did when they took that tower. They backed up at the first sight of any damage, and that's basically how it's going to go if they back up like that. But now they're realizing that Gyro, he has BKB, he has Yasha, he has the Aquila, and it does quite a bit of damage with Black Cannon. I don't know if they can heal out as much without maybe something like a pipe or or maybe even, I don't even know, another healing item that could possibly get them through that physical damage that Gyro has. Maybe another, maybe AC would do the trick, but it's going to be a tough fight up here for them. And
It looks like there's slight miscommunication, however, between Nature's Prophet and the Dragon Knight. Both seem to be building into an AC, which does not stack if I know anything about Dota.
You might be building into Mjolnir instead of a.
Which one?
No,
No,
never mind. I didn't see a plate mail.
yeah, they both have plate mail. They both have the Hyperstone. Nature's Prophet does have the chain mail though. So I mean, Nature's Prophet is winning the AC war between his own team, but I don't think that's a very good thing. However, Undying is going to be going for the. Why do I always forget what that stupid item is called? It's called Blade Mail. It is called Blade Mail, and he's going to be going for such. Nature's Prophet.
Let's take a look at the gold graph. Almost, they had a 10K lead, but it's zeroed out to almost 4,000 in favor of the Dire still. They are getting it back to levels that they only saw at minute 10 or 15, so it's a good change for Radiant. Dragon Knight a little bit playing a bit more aggressive. They're pushing all lanes, a little bit more different strategy and grouping up together.
Oh yeah, an immense split push coming out.
And the XP grab actually in favor of D.A.N.K, like maybe 500 XP in favor of D.A.N.K as well.
However, top lane, Bang Bros is able to clean up onto the Clockwork very, very easily, in fact. So that is 70 seconds that this Clockwork is out of the fight. So if any a time, this is the time that IW need to push. And it's now up to D.A.N.K to mount their high ground defense. Aaron was able to catch up a little bit in farm. He has the BKB complete as well as the Ashe and a little bit of gold to himself. However, IW is pushing out all three lanes. There's going to be a rocket going on to Shushker, however. A lot of damage coming out on him. Spark using a Soul Rip to heal up. So no engages quite yet. There's a lot of action, however, happening on all three lanes. We see Bounty Hunter has a mech of his own as well.
The March of the Machine just is such a good defense, but Necrophos just wailing on the towers. Can we have the Necro Creeps and Nature's Prophet as well? The rest of the team, the call down goes down. Undying goes down to the call down, and the Winter's Curse goes on Necrophos. So much damage out from Gyro. He has the BKB, can't get hit by Death Pulse, and then the Nature's Prophet and Witch Doctor are separate. Witch Doctor running for his life. Nature's Prophet is teleporting and he is tracked, but he gets away.
A lot happening in that fight. That Undying went down before he was even placed down Tomb.
He did place down Tomb.
Oh, he was able to place it down?
He had Tomb down.
Did they just kill it so quickly, or?
No, it just fell actually.
Wow. There is going to be a hook shot, missed, however, but game is hard. Able to pick up the kill on Witch Doctor, so D.A.N.K mounting a very, very good comeback defense so far. I mean, the net worth chart, yeah, it's starting to head toward the 0.
Yeah, it's 16-17. They've almost evened it out, and the XP is almost dipped right into favor of D.A.N.K for a little while, or into the Dire side again, but went right back towards D.A.N.K. Let's take a look at the items again. See the item recap. Nature's Prophet does have that AC. And
there's going to be a call down, however. Shushker dropping really, really low. Aaron has a lot of move speed, but not enough. Did he have haste? Yes, he did. Dragon had haste bottle, so he's able to get away. Close, but no cigar. Bang Bros only has 4 charges on his Bloodstone. Not exactly what he wants. He needs to get a couple more charges on that. Also, Witch Doctor at 31 minutes, only level 9, and only has a level 1 Death Ward. So that's something that he needs to do. Roshan is going to be coming up in the next couple seconds. I still don't know how to read this stupid clock. I think they need to put a digital one. Put a small little digital alarm clock.
I feel like that's about a minute.
Is that a minute? Okay.
Is
it? I thought it was. Yeah. It's some.
Each of those ticks are like a minute, so it's gonna be another 30 seconds. I think. I'm bullshitting, but I know what I'm doing.
Well, you know, we will. Once a casual, always a casual.
Once a casual, always a casual.
We'll always be casuals.
Yeah.
Dragon Knight still hasn't really moved as far as items. He still has the Hyperstone and the Plate Mail, so I don't know if he's gonna sell something or if he's gonna build both of those into two different items. But it looks like he's gonna settle for Roshan.
Might be just the casual Plate Mail. casual plate mail.
Just the casual plate mail.
Yeah.
That's true. It doesn't look like D.A.N.K's gonna try anything. Instead, they're just gonna keep the lanes pushed out. There's no racks taken yet, so these are still basic creeps on basic creeps. But Bang Bros making sure that bottom lane is just constantly pushed out. And surprisingly, this Roshan is taking a lot longer than I expected to take down. They don't have a ton of damage right now.
Nature's Prophet is missing from this fight, so we can expect that Bang Bros coming in. The rockets don't land into Roshan, so they don't have direct confirmation that they're there. These are only dire wards. There's so much vision out from dire ward here, and they're really sure that this will be safe for them.
Surprisingly enough, even though there wasn't a lot of damage, they're still all full health.
Right.
Absolutely insane. I can't get over the fact that they have just, it's so much heal. Like I'd be so ticked if I was actually playing this game.
A friend of mine just sent me a article on how to read the Roshan timer. I will study up. I will study up for our viewers.
Roshan timer explained. See, and this is why he's a mod. Why is Jacob JLB a mod?
Who knows?
I don't even like the guy.
So once again, we have the March of the Machines just defending these racks as best they can. But once again, we do have Nature's Prophet on the top lane pushing. They might try to split, try to pick something up. The tower is quite low. Once again, Gyrocopter does such a good job of getting those creeps out of lane with flag cannon.
Surprisingly, his Necrophos' 4 Bloodstone charges are refilling his mana almost instantaneously. It's giving him 74 mana regen, and for only 1200 mana, you know, he doesn't have a very large mana pool, so it regens really quickly. So I guess maybe 4 Bloodstone charges isn't that bad.
Seems he's also building a Heart of Trask with the Reaver and Vitality boosters, so
he's gonna have mana regen, health regen, on top of the heals. He's gonna be one hard guy to kill. Aaron looks like he's gonna be going on to the Bang Bros. There's the Reaper Scythe, however, it's not enough to actually finish him off. The Winter's Curse is gonna be there on the Bang Bros. However, Paranoid is outside of the range. Aaron is gonna pop his BKB as well as a Tombstone coming down. Chosen Llama is gonna be able to force staff out and take down 2. Aaron dropping really low, but so is Shushker, and that is gonna be 4 dead, 1 coming right back up. Dapper is in the middle of heroes right now. He's dropping really low, and it looks like no other is going to be able to finish him off with a couple more right clicks. Maybe not. Shushker able to pick up a compensatory kill, and the Shuriken is able to finish him off. The track is available onto Shushker. However, the NP trees are trying to finish down these melee barracks while he still can. Instead, like no other, is going to continue his assault onto Shushker. A huge fight, and it's still going on. Shushker does not have Shadow Blade anymore. He's going to try and bottle up. Not enough. Aaron does put down the Rocket Barrage, and it looks like Shushker will go down. There is no way for him to fight this. Game is hard is here, and he is going to die. A huge fight for D.A.N.K. Like, that's exactly what they needed. If you look at the net worth chart, now Gyrocopter's on the top. The man who had 10 CS at, I believe, 5 minutes, now is at the top of the net worth chart.
It's gonna be a tough game for IW at this point. They had the advantage, and in my opinion, they've lost it at this point. Their burst damage is just not enough. Necrophos is trying to get a heart, trying to last longer in those fights, but they just zero in on him and take him down. Shushker does just not have enough damage to finish off these heroes. He is building Maelstrom, so I suppose he's building into Mjolnir. But what can you say that that he really does? I mean, he had a terrible time even just taking down Clockwork. So it's tough. It's tough.
Very well played by Clockwork that fight.
Right. He did separate Dragonite for most of that fight.
He also force-staffed himself out of his own cogs to make sure that he interrupted Witch Doctor's ult.
Good plays from both sides. Necrophos is gonna have to carry a bit more. He only has 2 Bloodstone charges. It's looking tough. We have the Shivas coming out from Game is Hard. It doesn't land on the heroes, however.
It is looking very tough for IW. They had the lead at the beginning, but taking a look at the net worth chart, it is now 6k in favor of D.A.N.K. It's the first lead they've had since, what is that? I want to say is 5-6 minutes.
Yeah.
first lead, and it sure tastes sweet for them. Dragon Knight looks like he is going to be going for the Mjolnir with a casual plate mail. Like you predicted, Game is Hard is going to be pushing up this bot lane instead. Dapper, he does have the Ogre Club, so I guess he will be going for the BKB. He doesn't have a ton of damage right now, so what do you think Dapper should do as their carry?
Dapper, I think he's gonna have to either fight with them more or intensify his split push. Every time he's had an opportunity to split push, it's just been ruined by either Gyro or by Tinker. So I feel like his split pushes are just failing, as split pushes do fail in this meta. So I feel like he's really just gonna need to get into that fight and do whatever damage he can.
There is a smoke, however. Game is Hard is going to pop the Shiva's Guard. Now Aaron pops the BKB, is going to be focusing down on the Shushker. Shushker is tracked, so he's not tracked, so they actually can't see him. Paranoid is going to throw out the cogs, and it is going to deal a lot. Or it's actually going to stop a lot of them. Chosen Llama, however, stops himself forward. They're still trying to chase this, but nothing. A very, very good disengage by IW.
The heals, once again.
Yeah, the heals.
Again,
and
great.
very lucky Congos as well. Those Congos stopped any push that they tried to do.
Right.
Just from, in my opinion, I feel like Nature's Prophet was not quite the hard carry that they needed for this game. I feel like, I don't know, maybe an anti-mage would have been good, because the other 4 heroes on IW side created so much space in the early game that right now not only would they have the heals and domination from those 4 heroes, but they would have a completely buffed out anti-mage at 38 minutes in his prime. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they were expecting to
Yeah.
make it this late to the game. They were expecting to finish it off when they were pushing tier 3 bot for the first time, but they realized that Gyro got his crap together, and all the farm that they've been pushing to him has been going straight into his hungry mouth. So I mean, he has Sanjiasha, he has Demon's Edge, he has a Javelin, so he's going into a MKV. It's gonna be tough. And
The
even
tracks
in
too.
Evade, yeah.
The tracks, like, at one point during the fight during bottom lane, he had 5 tracks out on every single hero. So I mean, not only,
an intense amount of damage.
yeah.
I mean, just look, it does a quarter of Witch Doctor's health.
It is pretty insane. If they wanted to hook shot right now, I feel like they almost could. I mean, there are no creeps right there. It's only heroes. But I mean, they're moving out. They're moving around like crazy.
We just saw Tinker teleport from Ancients to Fountain, so
Nice.
Pro plays.
Pro plays. Looks like they are going to be starting their push, however. Shushker is going to be able to pop his ult, however. Now Aaron does drop his BKB. Shushker is going to be taken down by Chosen Llama. Now Aaron is going to be starting to shift his focus onto Bang Bros. Paranoia is dropping really low, and there's the Winter's Curse. There's going to be 4 heroes focusing down on Bang Bros. He's still really high in health. He tries to burn the ult onto Chosen Llama, but it is not enough. Game is Hard is able to pick up the kill onto the other 2, and he gets himself a triple kill. Nature's Prophet now needs to try and run. However, the TP in is able to break the trees, so like no other is going to try and engage onto Dapper. The right clicks are going to be traded from both sides. There's no help for either side right now. So another huge win, and it looks like he's just going to be able to TP away after popping BKB. Man.
Like we said, look, that's all the damage. He got half of the range track spell. That was not a good trade. That was a terrible trade for not even any buildings up. Roshan ends up in 10, and I feel like this is a great opportunity for D.A.N.K to pick up Roshan.
Definitely. What do you think that IW needs to do in order to pull this game together?
Once again, Nature's Prophet needed to be in that fight. There's just not enough physical damage going down on D.A.N.K. Especially when he's BKB, there needs to be someone to do enough damage. Dragon Knight was caught out very early by Clockwork in the cogs, so he was basically separated from that fight right under tower. I think they just need to group up, just as D.A.N.K has been doing. They basically lack a hard carry right now, even though Nature's Prophet does do a considerable amount of damage. He does almost 170 damage in auto attack, and his animation is very quick. It's not like he cannot do enough. A Moon Shard or maybe a Chrysalis would probably be enough to do enough damage to be viable as a carry, but
do you feel that Shushker's itemization had anything to do with their comeback, I guess, with the comeback from D.A.N.K?
I think the item build from Shosho wasn't the greatest. Maybe a Shadow Blade wasn't necessary. I mean, he didn't really have to run throughout the entire game. He just got healed with the rest of his team. So maybe instead of a Shadow Blade, something that gives him more damage. Right now he only does 150 damage and only has 1500 health. So both items really don't do the best. We see Bounty Hunter coming in here at the Roshan.
They do see him though.
They do see him.
And they are going to focus him down. The stun is out onto like no other. The tomb is also going to be committed for him, but he's going to be able to heal himself up with the Grievous Screeds. However, it looks like he's going to die to the Witch Doctor Maledict. So a little greedy by the Bounty Hunter. I mean, he should know that they have vision of him. And there's going to be Cheese. So Cheese is going to go to Spark. Excuse me. Excuse me. Alright, there we go. So they're actually not going to fight. I actually expected D.A.N.K to compete for that Roshan, especially because if D.A.N.K got that Roshan, it would almost secure the game for them. One thing that D.A.N.K does lack are the tower advantage. Like
I feel like it is. Oh, the creeps aren't attacking the tower. And Nature's Prophet, he didn't get to pick it up. He didn't get to pick up the tower. The creeps could have finished him off. What happened?
I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Well, whatever happened, that is a dead Nature's Prophet, and he's going to be down for a whole minute. So now.
Well, I can see why they didn't want to fight. If they fought in this whole area, it's a great opportunity for Witch Doctor just to Death Ward and finish them all off. And the hook shots are quite hard here with both of the minion camps here as well as Ancients, possibly if they walked up there. So their best option to fight once again is in their base, and we can see that they win every fight they fight on high ground because of Winter Wyvern's crazy ability to use Splinter Shot to get them away from those towers, as well as Cogs and Flak Cannon to just take them down simultaneously. And not forgetting Winter's Curse being the great disable that it is. Their strength is at high ground, and
definitely.
They made the right decision not to fight there because they probably would have lost.
Do you feel that that's the reason why they're staying high ground? Because I mean, they have the advantage right now. They have a pretty hefty advantage. So why do you feel like their D.A.N.K is not pushing?
I feel like they're trying to give Nature's Prophet some time to maybe build.
No. Why do you feel D.A.N.K isn't pushing? Because they have the advantage right now.
My apologies. Got confused. I feel like they're pushing because they're afraid of the Nature's Prophet split push.
I see.
Basically.
However, like no other is going to be caught. However, the Winter's Curse is there onto Spark. Not much happening. The Paranoid in the background, popping his ult. Chosen Llama dropping really low. However, Aaron able to disrupt that, and he's on a godlike spree. He's not going to be focusing down on Bang Bros. Bang Bros is out of mana. A couple more right clicks and a little bit more from the Rocket Barrage is going to be finish him off. However, he commits suicide instead. Clockwork is going to buy back and is going to go toward the bot lane because, just like you said, Dapper is now pushing down this bot lane. Looks like, however, game is hard. It's going to be trapped in some trees. Chosen Llama trying to do whatever he can. However, the BKB is popped and looks like he's going to be able to get away scot-free. So, yeah, exactly as you were saying, they are terribly afraid of this split push.
Right.
And they have the potential to.
I'm not sure if they should be, because even if they all go and take a tower, we saw that Clockwork and Tinker themselves were able to fend off. Nature's Prophet quite easily. So it's a tough choice for them. This tier 1 is probably going to go down mid. It's not, and the hookshot goes down on Dragon Knight and the Cogs as well. The battery assault doesn't let him ult. He gets a fire breath off. Just taking so much damage. He has no armor.
Only the Aegis popped over.
There's only Witch Doctor not dying around. What are they going to do? They can't heal him. And once again, his armor's down, and he falls so fast to all the damage from Gyro. We do have a grave coming down, but it's finished off so quickly by Gyrocopter.
And it looks like they're doing what they need to do, and that is push. However, just as they're pushing Nature's Prophet in the bot lane, it looks like they can push. However, I'm not sure why everyone is backing up. I mean, I know for a fact that Tinker can deal with Nature's Prophet easily. I feel like as long as they have Tinker in the back at base, they can push down this mid lane. But instead they're going to opt not to. Aaron has a refresher orb. What a guy, going to Refresher Orb instead of more damage items. I would have
That is-
expected to see, I don't know, a Scotty or a Chrysalis. I mean, not Chrysalis, a Daedalus coming out, but he wants extra attack. I mean, extra abilities. So, what are you gonna do?
I can see why. The burst damage from Call Down does do quite a bit of a good job at at killing them quickly. So, and as well as the slow lets the team catch up and finish them off. If they do let them get away for even a few moments for them to heal up and escape, that's a lost fight for them, and they don't want that to happen. So if you can use Call Down in that sense, you're doing it in the right way.
Oh yeah. There's gonna be a track out onto Dapper. We're gonna be putting a little bit of harass onto him. However, again, he's just gonna be BKB TP away. His BKB is now definitely only on a 5-second cooldown. I mean a 5-second duration timer. So there's gonna be a smoke, however, from IW. One of the first smokes of the late game. There isn't a whole lot of vision for D.A.N.K except for in their top jungle. So they don't see much. IW is going to be heading into the bot Radiant jungle. I mean the top Radiant jungle. Man, I'm on a roll today. IW in the top Radiant jungle. They might be looking for a response to this lane push. However, D.A.N.K, not seeing anyone on the map whatsoever, are going to smoke for themselves. They now see that IW have shown on the map. So it looks like D.A.N.K might want to try and engage on this. Aaron is leading the charge, and he's going in from behind. This could be the engage that they're looking for to clean up the game. Here comes the BKB, and the call down is there. There's the hook shot, and there are the cogs. Paranoia drops instantaneously. Shushker is going to be quickly following. Spark is able to get his ult off, and is able to get the. It's not able to get the tombstone actually. Bang Bros is going to drop as well, and that is a 4-0. A great smoke by D.A.N.K. Aaron does get the ultra kill. Whoa, and Chosen Llama dropping really low from those minions, but. Yeah, that is an ultra kill for Aaron, and he started off the game very weak thanks to the insane tri lane that IW have, but now he is so strong, he's almost unstoppable.
That is a 26,000 net worth for Gyrocopter, and it's almost or it is a 15,000 gold lead from D.A.N.K, and we can see the little mountain valley that they've created with this graph. It's really terrifying. Gyrocopter just takes off so much. He has 435 blast hits at 49 minutes.
And this is why you play Dota. This is why you don't play games like League or any other MOBAs, because you don't get this kind of gameplay. You don't get these insane comebacks from a game that seemed almost hopeless.
Definitely. And once again, they're pushing these towers like you've been begging them to, and it seems like they'll make quick work of them.
However, down in the bot lane, Dapper is able to take out the tower. He has BKB on almost on cooldown. Now it is off cooldown, and it looks like he's gonna be able to TP away. They don't have enough damage to finish him off. What a rat!
What a rat!
Someone call pest control.
Oh god.
Seriously, man, this guy, he is rat to the ultimate degree.
Honestly, he has not done the greatest job as a rat, in my opinion.
I mean, I have to applaud him because he is keeping the lanes pushed. Every time that D.A.N.K have pushed any lane whatsoever, Nature's Prophet has always responded instantaneously with a push of his own. So it has forced heroes like Tinker to go back, and even sometimes Gyrocopter. So I will give him that.
He does have Desolator now, so the buildings will probably go down a bit easier, and he might be useful in a fight as well.
No doubt. D.A.N.K, however, they're not turtling anymore. They're now sitting in their own mid lane. Looks like Bang Bros does have the track and the rocket centered onto him, but no one engages quite yet. All of the rest of IW sitting behind Bang Bros just in case they do decide to engage on him. They will be there for support. Tinker now responding with a rat of his own. He's going to TP away. And he
hasn't ratted much the entire game, but now that he knows that they have the ability to take these heroes down, he's gonna venture out so he doesn't feed them exactly.
And actually, Nature's Prophet hits the wrong creep, so I don't think there's quite enough damage yet either. So they still need a little bit more damage to be able to deal with him.
Right. you're not gonna get a lot of damage out of Refresher, so
Yeah.
you might have to get rid of that. Really not the most.
However, Bang Bros is tracked, and the Arctic Burn is going to be there on him as well. They are going to use the Winter Wyvern's ult on him. Game is hard is going to use everything he can. He doesn't have TP. He does pop BKB, however. And there's the call down onto Paranoid. Paranoid will not be able to do anything. Bang Bros is also dropping pretty low himself. He's sitting at about 1,000 health, and he's going to go down as well.
He made the mistake of going back in when he shouldn't have.
Yeah, he was tracked. I mean, he should have seen that he was tracked and not been this far out into the jungle.
Right.
So
it's gonna. Oh, man, I was really rooting for IW. I'm gonna be totally transparent here, but I'm not enjoying what they're doing. They really threw away their lead that they had. They had the ability to push. They had the heroes to do it as well, but it just wasn't enough. Tinker's getting hits here from Nature's Prophet, taking a lot of damage from that Desolator. We have teleports coming in from Aaron.
And it looks like for the first time all game, D.A.N.K is going to be pushing themselves very, very hard into tier 3. Shushkar is going to be caught out by Chosen Llama, and that is a very, very easy takedown for Clockwork.
Almost 4 heroes down simultaneously. We do have the Fortify coming out for the tier 3 tower, but this is not the end of their push. This is only the beginning. Game is hard, goes in on Paranoid, try to get him down the Shivas, and the Soul Rip to heal him up like no other, taking down that grave. It goes down easily. It's an easy 150 gold, and the tower as well is falling rapidly. The barracks only seem to be falling as well. Spark taking a lot of damage from March of the Machines, taking some.
Definitely. There's a call down, and there's a hook shot as well. Spark goes down almost instantaneously. Shushkar trying to do everything he can. Aaron is going to be focusing down on the Bang Bros. Game is hard there to provide his support. However, Witch Doctor there with the almost full duration ult, but now there's the Winter's Curse able to finish him off. Bang Bros now has his BKB popped. Aaron trying to do any damage he can. He's sitting at about 700 health, so he's sitting pretty low himself. Aaron still losing a ton of health. He's at 300, but it looks like a double kill, and that is going to be the GG call. And that is it. That is the match. Both games going in favor of D.A.N.K. A huge comeback for D.A.N.K. Man, that was pretty insane. So congratulations to both sides. Great games, but D.A.N.K. pulling it together at the last second.
It was a beautiful strat coming out from IW, and I know as a 2K caster, I really appreciate that. I hope we might use that in our 2K games. But it was a really great strat, and I wish they could really take that to the next level and push it to the end. And they almost had it there, but once again, Gyrocopter has that farming ability. Clockwork, Tinker, Winter Wyvern, and Bounty Hunter, all great heroes to keep that high ground advantage. So you can't really blame them, and you can only applaud them for the great strats they had.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet, not the smartest pick against a hero like Tinker. I mean, Tinker was always able to shut down Nature's Prophet's pushes. If it wasn't for the Tinker, I feel Nature's Prophet would have pushed out maybe even lanes of Rax, because he was very, very relentless in his pushes, but it's just not enough. All of his creeps died too quickly to Tinker. So the Turtle wins the race this time, and it looks like that is going to be it. It was a best of 2. And I believe, is there any other games today? There might be a game later.
There might be another game today at 6. If another captain invites us, I will communicate with him. But for right now, I think we'll be going down for a few hours. But we'll probably be back later today, and we'll be sure to post another thing at the subreddit, reddit.com/Reddit2Dota2 League.
Reddit Dota 2 League.
Reddit Dota 2 League, and you'll be able to find us here. If you need to find us on Steam, you can find me as Empty, or message one of our mods that are here.
So what you can do, if you subscribe to us, you can see if we go online again today. There might be a game at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But yeah, the easiest way, instead of trying to keep track of other time zones just subscribe, and you'll see every time that we go live, whether we're playing Dota with some other scrub friends, whether we're casting another game, or whether we're playing just other Steam games we find. You can keep a check on all of that. So for myself, Padilla, and Empty, thank you very much for co-casting with me again.
Oh, it was my pleasure. It was my pleasure for casting this game, and thank you once again, Reddit Dota 2 League, for letting us cast and letting
Yes.
us showcase this wonderful, wonderful league that the prize and glory of winning the Reddit Dota 2 League. We get to showcase it in all of its majestic beauty. Thank you all for tuning in. That'll be us for now. Catch us later.
All right.
If we do get on. Thank you.
This thing that ties up, it's not a good look for her. No. Not the best outfit.
Hero, hero. Hero, hero. Hero, hero. I wanna be a hero, hero. Oh, the hero.